All right. Hello, everybody. We are live today for a late night stock talk. Did not tell anyone I was doing this, so let's see. Let's see where we're at. Let me tweet this out right now that I'm live doing late night stock talks. We've got some interesting news. Live late night stock talks. We've got Elon Musk selling Twitter, which is kind of crazy, or selling Tesla, probably to afford Twitter, which is kind of crazy. Let me just put this out there. How do I live late night stock talks discussing Elon's sales? Here we go. Oh man, Namir, your boy sold, man. How are we gonna? He sold 3.5 billion of this bad boy. 3.5 billion. It's a bit insane. Granted, it probably explains the pressure on the stock over the past couple of days. And it makes sense. It's got a Tesla interview next week. Any advice? What are you interviewing for? What's the position? Is it like is it a technical position? Because I actually coach people in interviews. I can give you some general interview advice, but I don't know if there's like any very specific, highly technical advice I can give you, given I'm not as technical. But my best advice is be yourself. Don't sell $3.5 billion of stock. That's that's not gonna help you in your interview. Battery engineering. Okay, very cool. It's very technical. Yeah, man. I mean, if you know your technical shit, then be the technical guy that you are, and then just do your shit. Namir, be you, my guy. Evening amid Jackalope, what's up? I do own 3 shares of Tesla. I think I'll buy the other 7 to make it 10 in the next 6 months. I bought one stupid share today at 158 because I was like, why not? You know, it's low. And freaking Elon. Oh, the mic probably sucks. Right, here we go. Boom. The mic probably sounds amazing now. The mic probably sounds amazing. Yeah, it's very interesting, man. I own a Tesla share just to watch it, and I'm getting killed. Yeah, I did that with the S&P. I bought $1 of it just to like constantly keep it on my watch list. I'm happy he's giving us his property of the company, but the guy was definitely not done. Starting to feel hard to believe him. Yeah, he said he was done. He said he was done like 4 months ago in August. They were like, "Yo, are you done?" And he was like, "Yeah." No, you weren't, my guy. What might be the Tesla stock bottom? 140 is what people are saying, but 105 or 115 could also be I mean, I don't know if it's a bottom, but a potential place where it goes down. You always do this with your mic and it sounds much better once you Yeah, I always have the stupid webcam mic hooked up and not the actual mic. But what was I going to say? Guys, my mind's running all over the place. So the reason I wanted to do this live stream is, number one, I missed the morning open today because I slept through it. And I woke up, bro. It was 10 o'clock, and I was like, fuck. I was so mad, bro. I woke up and I saw it because I woke up at 8, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to put my head down. And then I woke up again, and it's 10:03, and I'm like, well, the market opens at 9:20, so that was done. But so I wanted to do a late night stream for that. I also wanted to put the StreamYard link, so I'm going to put it in the chat. If anyone wants to join and just talk for a little bit, ask a question, I'll put that there as well. I've never done this before, so I thought, like, you know what, that might be kind of cool, letting people just
see it out. But that's kind of crazy, right? Elon Musk has sold $3.5 billion of Tesla shares. Let's go into Twitter and talk about kind of why he was doing this. I was like, what do I talk about on late night stock talks tonight? And I guess I found out exactly what I was going to talk about. Elon Musk selling some stock. Tesla fell below a $900 billion market cap today, which is, sorry, not 900 billion, $500 billion market cap. And, now we know all this downside pressure has been from here. He sold because I bought today. Yo, literally me, bro. I bought one share today. I was just like, fuck it. Let me buy one share. It's pretty low. And then it went down. Let me type this in. Elon Musk, Elon selling Tesla. Meet Kevin was talking about it today as well. Looks like Elon was selling because he needs the cash to service his Twitter. Yeah, so I tweeted, what does Elon Musk need $3.5 billion for? And Sebastian actually had a good response. Someone's like Christmas presents. Omar, Twitter. Sebastian said, Twitter unsecured debt, highest cost in capital in the capital structure is $3 billion. He's paying it off plus all making the whole protection that will come with it. That makes the whole premium alone with probably around 600 million. So the exact amount he sold seems very calculated. That makes sense. 3.5 billion almost is exactly the premium plus the entire unsecured debt that exists for Twitter. So that makes a sense. I guess the bottom of the stock is when liquidity is back and the Fed is no longer hawkish. Yeah, I don't know when that's going to be. Because according to Gabe, this Fed is going to crash this market. Elon can reclaim all these sold shares at a fraction of the cost with his new CEO compensation package from Master Plan 3. That's true. He has to do a lot of work to get there. And it just, the main thing is it sucks for why I'm struggling to talk, guys? I think I've got something in my throat. And no, don't make that stupid joke. I know you guys are all thinking of making. I think I hope I'm not catching an infection, but I feel something in my throat. Genuinely feel something in my throat. And if I feel something in my throat, that means I might feel something tomorrow all over me. It's one of those things. And the context is my mom just had COVID. My family's been sick. I feel like I avoided it though for the past couple of days, but I'm like starting to feel it in my throat. And I didn't drink anything super cold or anything that would cause it. So I don't know, man. And my back's been hurting. I don't know if that has to deal with when you're sick, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, the Master Plan 3 stuff, he can probably get all of his shares, but he has to do a hell of a job in getting those shares to come in the first place. So thoughts on SoFi? Noto buying 5 million worth of shares if he was going to do a reverse split. Yes. So I did a video on this today, Fadian. I don't think the reverse split's happening because it's going to drop 20% on a reverse split. So you could make the argument that the reverse split is unlikely to happen, given that if it was going to drop 20%, no executive in their right mind would buy it, right? Because they're like, well, why would I buy this shit if I know it's going to go down? It's a pretty bullish buy, so I don't think it's going to happen. So Twitter debt interest rate at 11%. Yeah, that's a lot, bro. That is a lot. I told you no more call girls. Yo, I've never heard the word call girls. Like, I know what it means, but like, that's such a 30-year-old thing to say, bro. I was like, who the fuck says call girls? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, you just say hoes. Like, Kelly, I'm not coming on tonight. Amit has different plans. Yeah, I wanted to take questions from anyone. So if anyone wants to hit up the StreamYard link, it's not really like me and Gabe talking stocks because we can do that for hours. And we did that for hours today. It's more so if anyone wants to ask a question, if anyone wants to jump on, say anything, then feel free. The StreamYard is, I never did this before. So I'm like, oh, why don't we do this? Why don't we let the audience participate? I know a lot of people don't want to because they're like scared, camera shy, all that shit. But if they want to, then you are welcome all to join. If I had the chance, I'd def buy Twitter stock right now. Bro, I don't know, because the thing about Twitter, man, is he's got to get people to pay for the shit. The advertisers, first of all, even Elon tweeted today that advertising revenue is going to fall off a cliff in 2023. Damn, yo, something's really in my throat. I'm feeling it now. Like, I'm actually feeling it in my throat. It's like I actually feel it in my throat. That's wild. I felt it literally. I was doing my Patreon call, and then like 40 minutes in, I was like, something's in my throat. Because I didn't feel this 40 minutes ago. It's in my throat, man. Damn. Yeah, the problem is the advertising is going to make it hard for Elon to buy Twitter. And then once, if it's hard for advertisers to advertise, you've got to get people to subscribe. And if it's hard for people to subscribe because they have to pay a monthly fee, then it's going to be really hard for them to make money. Yo, guys, I'm talking like I'm drunk right now. Like, it's actually insane. I didn't expect this to happen going on the morning stream. But this is not even the morning. This is late night. What's going? Yo, I feel like I'm gonna get sick, bro. I feel like I'm already there. I feel like it's gonna happen. Oh man. Amit, do you follow SpaceX and Starship at all? I mean, not really. Maybe. I mean, I don't follow them like that. I know what they are, but I don't keep up with their day-to-day updates. No, I don't do that. I know Sachin has SpaceX shares, so I guess I know that through him. You accidentally ate an edible. Bro, I had an edible once, and it was such a bad experience. I mean, I've done it multiple times, but the one time I did it a while back, it was bad, bro. I felt like I saw I saw like the light. Like it was pretty bad. Take a shot of tequila. I don't even drink, so I don't know how to. Are you down with a sickness? Ryan, I don't even know what that means, bro. I'm really I was going to be very excited for this late night stock talks, and then out of nowhere, I just got hit with this, and I feel very I don't even know how to put my thoughts together, bro. That's crazy, bro. It just literally happened to, like, I was about to be very excited for this. And now I can't even think. That's so weird. About to see a full stack Starship orbital launch test time some next year. Where is it going to be? Is it going to be in Florida or Texas? Probably in Texas, right? You must be on your period. Ha! Namir, that's funny. You piece of shit. That's funny. I'm going to let your little Tesla managers know that you are a bitch. That's why they shouldn't hire you. It doesn't get cultural references to films or music. Yeah, sadly, bro. It's so weird. I thought I knew about movies. I know about like The Dark Knight, but no one talks about that. The fact that you don't know what that means says a lot. Guys, I don't know why you guys keep bringing up these old ass movies and shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck Down with a Sickness is. Like, what is Down with the Sickness? Like, what are these movies that no one's heard of? Amit, are you going to wait for my price targets now? Shout out to Trading with the Dummy. He has been the only one that has been right so far, being bearish on Tesla. I know there's a lot of people bearish on Tesla, but he's always been bearish on Tesla. I only bought one share today at 158. Tomorrow's going to tank. Like, we might see 140. It's a song reference. Oh. Who sang this song that's so special? Down with the Sickness. Down with the Sickness. Song by Disturbed. Who's the Disturbed, bro? Like, and why are they disturbing me with this song? Like, what is this shit? Down with the Sickness. What type of name is that? The Disturbed. Interesting. They are disturbing me. This is the same of, look, guys, Forrest Gump. First of all, I'm not playing that shit and demonetizing the stream because that's definitely gonna demonetize it. Forrest Gump, whatever the fuck. Yo, I played like 2 minutes of it. I got bored. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm going back to TikTok. Can't watch this. Now my throat feels kind of better. I don't know. Bro, I feel like something weird is happening in my body right now. That's so random. It hit me out of nowhere. Like, it really hit me out of nowhere. Man, damn, that sucks. I wanted to be more excited, guys. I'm sorry, but I can't. Anyway, if anyone wants to join the StreamYard and come on and talk, I am absolutely down to talk. I just got out of like 2 meetings back to back. One with my Patreon group, one with my I should put this in the Discord that I'm live. One with my co-founder. You know what's crazy to me, guys? It's actually almost the end of the year, which is wild. And it's kind of insane to think that it's the end of the year right now. The reason for that is because 2022 has been quite a year. And probably Texas. Yeah, that's what I thought. And 2023 is going to be a brand new year. Amit, feel better. I'm sleepy as fuck. Have a good night, bro. Yo, have a good night, Tony. Thank you for showing up. Bro, pops to you. By the way, love the IG content. Do you take a day to shoot a bunch and release slowly? Yeah, exactly. We would record for like a day, and then we just like chop it up over the next couple of days, and then show it up. Santa Claus rally or nah? Well, maybe for everyone except Tesla. Man, Elon did not give a fuck selling Tesla, bro. Elon did not care. Elon did not care. Yeah, I mean, I think there's going to be a little bit of Santa Claus rally, but I don't think it's going to be sustainable. It's hard to imagine this market like rallying with everything going on. Now, do we hit new lows? I don't know, but to imagine it rallying is a little bit harder to see. So we're going to have to see. Elon has been naughty. That is absolutely correct. Elon has been very, very naughty. This year has passed quickly. I was just talking to my wife and didn't realize I've been living in Orlando for 5 years. Insane. Yeah, man. 2022 to me has been a hell of a year. 2022 has been it's been a fun year, you know. Turned 25 this year, so we're 25. But I think 2023 is going to be interesting. I like 2022. I enjoyed the year. A lot of cool things happened this year. Is better. 2021 was a much more struggling year than 2022. 2021 basically laid a foundation for 2022, at least for me. And hopefully 2022 is laying the foundation for 2023. Bro, I can't even talk. I don't know what's going on. All right, Elon tweeted. What did Elon say? Did he say anything about selling? Oh, shit. Wait, what is this? Yo, what did Elon just tweet? Hold on. What is this? Last night, a car carrying Lil X in LA was followed by a crazy stalker. Legal actions being taken against Sweeney or who supported harm. What is this?
Gotcha. What's your name? Not. Yeah, for sure. Name? Gotcha. What's your name?
Whoa. This is Elon's putting a person's license plate who I guess was stalking him and his family last night in their car. Wow. Now, the interesting thing about doing this is that, well, he's kind of doxing the person as well, if you think about it. Like, showing that license plate is giving free reins to anyone to go after him. Granted, one could say it's fair game because he was going after his kid, but if someone does anything violent to, like, imagine someone kills this dude. I would hope that doesn't happen, but now that his license plate is out there, people are crazy. They could immediately try to find this guy. I don't know how safe this thing is that Elon just did. There's a difference between going to the, like, if you have the license plate, wouldn't you just go to the authorities? That doesn't seem right on Elon's part, right, Namir? Right? Like, you would go to the authorities. You'd be like, hey, here's the license plate of a guy we suspect allegedly was stalking us. Please try to track it down. But if you give it to 120 million people, probably some, yeah, but Blake, it doesn't matter if he's an Antifa dude. Like, you can't do that to a person. That is absolutely not correct, in my opinion. Hold on, let me see what Twitter thinks. Hold on. Did Elon Musk just show a license plate to millions of people and basically allow anyone to target this person, why not just go to the police if you have a video and ask them to track down the suspect? Why publicly show millions of cult fans that could do something bad? Let's tweet it. Let's see what people say. Yeah, but Chris, this isn't the case. Chris, I think this is totally the wrong case. You cannot share to what if someone kills this guy, Chris? Is that okay? Like, I don't think this is the right way to do it. I understand coming for your family, but then you go to the police if you have the information. It's one thing to be like, hey, does anyone recognize someone in a black hoodie last night, blah, 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 versus, like, I don't think that's the right way to do this. You guys can't say taste of its own medicine when you have that much influence, bro. It's like, there's a difference when a celebrity tweets something out and then millions, like, if someone kills that guy, is that on Elon? Def not the right. Yeah, you wouldn't want some maniac to hurt that person. Exactly. And people are maniacs. It's also against Twitter's terms of service. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's not a guy stalking his son. What would you do? I don't think the Twitter cult can get this one right, man. I think the Twitter cult is wrong on this one. No, it's not okay, but that's not Elon's fault. That is Elon's fault. Elon tweeted it. What do you... DRK, do you think this is okay for Elon to tweet? We have laws. If anything goes wrong, he's liable. So DRK, are you saying this is good to tweet or it's not good to tweet? The police are there for things like this, and he has security. So it's not good for him to tweet that, I'm assuming. I would have called... Yeah, Chris, you're taking this too. You're acting emotional, Chris. I'm talking like legitimately. What if someone finds this dude that Elon just tweeted about and does something to him? No, Elon is wrong. Okay, thank you. DRK is a very big Tesla guy and a very big supporter of Elon. So I feel like at least that gives me some credibility to give a little bit of critique to Elon here. I say screw him. If anyone stalks with any malicious intent, they deserve it. Yeah, Gabe, that's kind of ridiculous. This guy does not deserve to die. Nonetheless, this guy deserves to go to jail. This guy, also, he's an alleged stalker. You guys, this is America. We cannot presume guilty until proven guilty. You guys don't even know if this is the right guy. Like, there's way too many assumptions being thrown out here. This is, I don't know, man. I think Elon might delete this tweet soon. That's not... Oh, if I'm an advertiser, it's really hard for me to just be okay with that, man. I don't know, bro. That's just like... Anyone recognize this guy and then you just share that many people? Yeah, you can tweet. This is an emotional tweet. 100% emotional tweet. Hey, we know right from wrong and we should live like this. Yeah, I think like... You just need a couple Tesla boys to rough the guy up. No need for tweets. Yeah, you're basically calling on your cult and being like, hey, go rough this guy up. And we know that can happen. I mean, no Elon fans are going to kill this guy. Scott, it's, the world is really crazy. And people are kind of insane. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying people are kind of crazy. Like, people are very crazy. That's not cool, man. If you have his info, you go to the police. You don't tell 120 million people, hey, does anyone recognize... Like, he's treating it as a joke. Anyone recognize this person? Obviously, no. Like you're not asking. It's not like you lost your puppy and you're like, hey, has anyone seen this dog? When you're genuinely looking for people, like, no, you're dog whistling basically. I mean, I don't know, man. That's look at this tweet. Look at this tweet. Hold on. Look at this tweet. Look at this response. Look at this. You are literally doing what you said was not okay. Jesus, Elon, I love you, but you're wrong on this one. Are you serious complaining about doxing while doxing someone? Slippery slope, Elon, control yourself. These are not just like Democrats, or these are real critiques. Bro, why are you tweeting this? LOL. Y'all have their driver's license. Can you send that info? Literally what I tweeted. Can you send that info over to the police and get them arrested? Why are you tweeting this? Fighting fire with fire. Wow, so you're doxing someone's number plate and putting them at risk, yet when someone does it to your plane, which is public information, guys, and I bought a share of Tesla today. I'm not an Elon hater. I mean, I think everyone knows that. But this is wrong. This just seems wrong. This is pretty wrong, man. People are so emotional about this dude in the chat. Kind of proves the point that Elon was irresponsible by posting the cars plate. Yep, 100%. Chris, don't give me this bull. Chris, that is a You have too much faith in the cops. Chris, are you serious right now? That's your response? You have too much faith in the cops. That's your argument to me. No, are you kidding me? This is not about cops good or bad. This is such a bad response. That's such a blanket assumption. You go to the cops so instead of going to the cops, you want to go to hundreds of millions of people to go find this guy and quote unquote rough him up, like whatever they interpret. That's what you're saying. I don't know, man. That's like, no, you go to the freaking cops. Like, Elon is dead wrong. It's very tiring to be a Tesla shareholder. I'm just thinking of taking that profits. Kelly said I just posted a poll. Let me go to Kelly's account. Wait, hold on. Let me share this. I think most people, Kelly, are going to say that I think most people are going to agree with Twitter with Elon here. So Elon have shown the guy's license plate. No, too risky. Yeah, well, we got 6633. That's already. Guys, if you're not following Kelly, you can check her out, Self-Made Mastery. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. This is her Twitter account, by the way. She has 11,000 followers. So there it is. I don't know. I think have a family mitt and then tell me what you would do. It's not about having a family. It's about, okay, let's have Gabe on.
I only joined because no one else did.
Well, I appreciate that. You're going to pick the opposite side. So tell me why you think this is okay.
All right. Hold on. I got to stop playing Call of Duty because now I'm live again. Hold on a second. Let me leave. I didn't expect you. All right. So let me put on my hat because I'm having a bad hair day. Well, bam. All right.
Why is it okay for him to? Come on, Gabe. It's not okay. It's not okay.
No. Fuck that shit. Okay, so we need more data. Hold on. Let me get there.
Okay, you got it.
If you know, it's a slippery slope because this is how my heart is. If this guy had malicious intent, right? And we don't know that, but let's say we did know, because I want you to know how I feel on the matter. If he had malicious intent, right, then fuck him. I don't care if he dies. I don't care if someone kills him. Fuck you. You deserve everything you get coming to you. Now, if he is like a little bit sick in the head and he's just like enamored with Elon Musk, right? And he's just like he's just one of those super fans or whatever. Well then no, because then people might think that he had malicious intent and something can happen to him. That's the thing. We don't have enough data. We don't know the ins and outs, right? We don't know it. But just so you know, many famous actresses, actors, singers, what have you, have seen their end in this life because of people who were stalking them or just obsessed with them. So
yes,
so we gotta, and I suck at empathy, right? I suck at it, but in this case, I'm able to like look at it at different lenses and say, what is Elon going through? We have no idea what Elon is going through, has went through, etc., etc.
Someone said, Amit, pretend it was Kelly, bro. If someone was threatening Kelly, I wouldn't tell 100 million people to go find the guy threatening Kelly.
I would kill for Kelly. I would kill for Kelly. Someone's doing something to Kelly, I would fucking find them and do.
Hold on, we got another guy here. I think he goes by the name of Chris. He's
yeah, dude. I don't know why you think that this is normal. Well, not normal. Why this doesn't deserve some sort of like strong response? Because, dude, once you have a family, especially those that like you have to, like you're in charge of protecting and their safety, everything is off. I mean, everything is fair game to me, dude. I'll tell you right now. One of the things that I saw in the tweet was that this guy didn't just like take a camera out and try to snap a picture. This guy literally was intentionally blocking this guy's car and jumping on his roof and all this other shit, right? Gabe, you know as well as I do, anyone with malintent, they don't need more than half a second to do damage to you. So this person, we don't know the current intent that he had, but at the end of the day, if Elon doesn't have a strong response to this, this is the kind of stuff that's going to happen over and over and over again,
Chris, so you think it's okay to tell 100 million people to go kill this guy?
I would. Well, first of all, Elon didn't say go kill this guy. All right, so that's kind of like that's a really short way of saying it. It doesn't even make sense. All he said was, "Does anyone know this guy?" Right? I would not have flashed the guy's what is that thing called?
License plate, my guy. Like
I would not have flashed that. I would have said, look, this is the kind of stuff that I deal with, and it lends credence to what I'm trying to do with not having real-time data on people's whereabouts being plastered all over social media, right? I don't want, like, right now, my wife, I don't want people to know who my wife is and where she works and all the other stuff, because I don't know what kind of crazy person. Let's say I say something bad about Palantir and someone's like, you know what, I lost money on Palantir. Fuck this, I'm going to go after Chris through going after his wife. How would you feel? Same thing with you. As we grow our followings, this is going to become one of those things that's just, it's really bad. And I think at this point, we have to be strong with our response from it. Yeah, you're right. Go to the cops and all that good stuff. But there are times where I don't know if that's the right solution, especially in California, where literally like it's a fucking lawless desert out there, man.
Yeah, but Chris, I think you kind of admitted already. I get your point, but the license plate, it seems like, was going too far, right? And so,
yeah, I mean that's definitely something that was probably overlooked. But dude, you got to remember, this is a father, right?
But Chris, it's not just overlooked. He has influence to the tunes of hundreds of millions. Like, there's some responsibility, right?
I don't know, man. When you're a dad and this is the kind of stuff that happens to your like 5-year-old kid, I'll be honest, I would have lost my mind, and I would have done the exact same. I would have probably done something worse than Elon. Fuck showing this guy off on Twitter, on social media. I would have gone after this guy personally, but that's just me. Don't come after my family, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
I get the family part. I'm not saying I don't get that, but there is some level of like, all right, the guy didn't actually hurt your family, and if you want him to be prosecuted, the police or a fine out, because you have the license plate. Literally, the police can track down his address. But that's the part I don't get, bro. You have the info. Like, his security guard took that information. It wasn't Elon Musk, obviously. So you got the info, and then you take it to the fucking cops, and the cops track the guy down, and they arrest him and all that shit.
Yeah, in California, he would be out within 24 hours. Trust me, you have to go to California.
So you want him to die? You want the people to have street? You want street justice on this guy?
No, what I want is for people to know that, hey, if the guy comes against me or any of my family, I'm not going to hesitate to put them on blast.
Okay, we got 2 new people that joined. Well, Gabe, he's here. Ishan, that's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
I know him. You go to the Tom Nash calls, right, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ishan,
Hi,
where
Ishan.
are you calling from? Are you in the
India.
Oh, you're actually in India. Oh, so what? So hold on,
Yeah.
it's like 9 a.m., right? 9:30 a.m., something like that.
9:30. Yeah.
Okay, see, I know my conversions. Shout
It's
out to you.
it's the end of the day for me.
It's the end of the day.
Wait,
Okay,
someone
shout out
said-
to you. I know
Someone
you're.
said, "How do we know this is not How do we know that this is California? Because it says L.A. on the tweet. He actually says it. It happened in L.A.
Yeah. Sean, shout out to you being a friend of the channel and joining. I appreciate you. What are your thoughts on Elon basically doxing this guy? Let me see if the tweet's still up. Let me see if Elon's deleted it or not. But you can give your thoughts.
Yeah. I don't agree with the idea of doxing anyone, for the matter, regardless of what they've done. You're right. Cops are the right way to go about it, of course. And since it's Elon Musk, most likely cops will take action. But also, the fact of the matter is that cops in a lot of jurisdictions wouldn't really care, right? So, culturally, it's about what kind of a precedent we are setting as one of the leaders of society. And, leaders of society come in many forms, political, uh, business, intellectual, etc. But as one of the leaders of society, what is the cultural um, precedent we are setting? And to put in context, Elon actually, or should I say, Twitter actually suspended Jack Sweeney, who was essentially tracking Elon's flight live. So, which is a form of doxing, right? So, uh, you can't dox people while saying that people can't dox you.
Yeah, but the big difference between the two incidents is that one, the guy was literally live. That's a security risk, right? You can't say, okay, Elon Musk is in this building at this time, right? And publicly announce that. This happened last night. There's been a significant amount of time that has gone past since this has happened. So that would be the big difference. And that's something that was clarified by Elon saying, look, I don't care if people say, oh, this person like Kim Kardashian was, here or she was there, but doing it live, especially like where you're following them, that's operational security.
Let me ask you something, Amit. Do you happen to know for a fact, because all I know is that he caught someone stalking him, right? Blah, blah, blah. Do we have any more information?
So
Anything?
this was not him. So his kid was in a car. This guy allegedly was following his kid, not even Elon, but he thought it was Elon, right? So that's why he was following him. And then the guy doing this video is, let me play the video again. It's not even Elon recording this video. It's one of Elon's, I'm assuming, security guards. So here's
Alvarado, please join. I would love for you to join and show the proof that you said you had.
What's your name?
Alvarado Incorporated. Please.
That's not Elon. That's
for sure.
This is a random guy. The guy in the black, that's the guy apparently stalking him. And then boom, that's information for the police. But Chris, everything you say makes sense. The only reason it doesn't work is because there's 100 million people on the other end. It's kind of like, not to get political here, it's kind of like Trump saying, hey, January 6th, again, whatever opinion you got, there was a little bit of inspiration from Trump to go do what they did. So regardless of what you think is good or bad, whatever about that. When you have 85 million, 100 million people following you and you say something, which is essentially dog whistling, right? The election was stolen. Again, you could believe whatever you want, but that is a dog whistle to people. Or, hey, does anyone know this guy?
Obviously, it's not a dog whistle, Amit. It's not a dog whistle. That it was proven that all of Twitter were blocking.
That's fine. I got it.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't have to get political. That's
that's not a dog whistle.
But that's not the point here. We're not trying to get political. My point is, if you have a big audience and you tell them to do something, indirectly or directly, they will do some shit. And some of that shit will not be the best. I think we could all agree on that. So, Chris, this whole idea that like it's your family, it makes no sense in the context of someone who has 120 million followers. I think we could all agree on
Can I
that.
ask what did Elon?
Wait, hold on.
Scotty, can you turn
Scott,
off the YouTube? You can't be in here and have YouTube because we get echo. So
Echo.
turn off the YouTube or mute it. You're here live with us, Scotty.
Okay, let Chris respond, and then Scott, you got it. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I just lost my train of thought. But all I'm saying is, when it comes to this whole situation, like let's say hypothetically, I say to people, Amit hit me last night when we were walking down the street. Does that mean that, hey, everyone should go attack Amit? You know, does everyone who's my follower now it's like, oh yeah, let's go get Amit? Does that, because that's exactly what happened. He didn't say, oh, go attack this guy, go find him and kill him. He just said, this guy was doing this to my family. Does anyone know who he is? Right? That's it. Like there was no, like you literally, like for this specific incident, you have to say very clearly, hey, this is the guy that did something, go after him. He didn't say that.
No, but Chris, it's a dog whistle. Anyone know this guy? Of course no one knows that guy. Like who would know some random dude? It's not like your puppy that's lost, right? Ishan, go ahead.
Scott, I'll let you comment on this, but this sometimes works, like, hey, does anybody know this guy? Actually works at times. Like, of course, probably if you look at actual data, it probably only work a fraction of a percent of times, I guess. But you're right, like given the reach of Elon Musk, somebody might actually recognize the guy, recognize where he lives, etc., know who the person is. And, one thought is, while I'll never say that doxing is okay, as a father, I have both pepper spray and a baseball bat in my car. Right?
Okay.
Thankfully, never had to use it. But the safety of, when it comes to our kids' safety, I don't think we'll stop at any logical boundaries. Just saying.
I know Elon Musk's reach is very wide. It's probably encompasses liberals and conservatives, Democrats and Republicans, everybody, and people who are diehard Elon Musk fans. Maybe they will be crazy and do something wild, but I don't think you can just assume that. And I think if it was me doing what he did, I'm nowhere. Obviously, I'm 1/1,000,000th of what Elon is, but it would be totally okay. And I have a hard time seeing why it's not okay for Elon to do that when it comes down to his own safety, his security safety, his family safety, and someone that's basically attacking him, trying to put him on blast, trying to say, oh, this is where he's at, and trying to entice people to attack him. So I don't see why there's a problem with Elon doing the same to him, not attack him, but just saying, hey, who's this guy, and trying to figure out who that guy is.
Wait, so you agree that with this video or no?
I agree with Elon. If Elon was behind that video, posting that video saying like, who's this guy? Why,
Yeah,
why
but you agree with doxing his license plate on Twitter that has anti-doxing.
I agree with that 100%.
But how do you guys all of you, wait, hold on. Twitter literally says you can't do this. How do you guys agree with it from that perspective?
My impression is that the reason the guy was there was to dox Elon and say where he's at and what he's doing, so that people, how many hundreds of thousands of people hate fucking Elon right now. Excuse my language. Sorry for saying that. But how many people hate Elon right now? He just went on San Francisco comedy show with Dave Chappelle and got booed. Like, people hate him. And this is a guy that's trying to say where he's at, what he's doing. That's dangerous to Elon. So how can you blame him for saying, let's get this guy figured out who he is and get him not doing what he's doing anymore because he's putting Elon in danger. I mean, Elon's the richest person in the world. He can pay for his own protection, but at the same time, he's also getting death threats every single day. And who's to say that's not one of the people?
I think you're right on all that. As DRK says, this is a question of how it was handled. It's not, you're not wrong on everything. It's just doxing someone when you have this much influence is not the right way to go against it.
So, okay, let me ask you this, Amit. Hold on, let me ask you this, Amit. Let's say you had the power to know what his intentions were. And let's say his intentions were malicious. Hurt, kidnap, steal, whatever it may be. Okay, you pick your flavor, right? Would it then be okay that if that would have been circumvented if he did this? Do you understand what I'm saying? Is if someone is doing something inherently wrong, you cannot punish the reaction. You guys are talking about punishing the reaction, right? You're getting in trouble for reacting to something that you thought was hurting you. You know, your safety something could happen negatively to you, right? Elon Musk, for all we know, was minding his own business, and then this man, his trajectory came into his life. So now, it's like someone breaking into my house to steal, and I shoot and kill them. I'm wrong. Am I wrong for that? Fuck no, I'm not wrong.
Well, the problem is this guy. Go ahead, Ishan. Oh, by the way, Ishan, while you're talking, Gabe, I think just switch your mic. I think it's not coming in through your good mic. It's probably coming in through a different mic. So just check your mic settings. Okay, go ahead, Ishan.
Yeah, no, I think Amit, you were about to say the same thing, but the fact is that the response, is it proportional to what happened? And now, if you're in Texas, yes, you've got stand your ground. You can shoot somebody who's, broken into your house. In other states, in fact, in many other countries, you can't, right? It's still murder, and you'll still go to jail for that. If somebody, is shouting at you in public, you cannot go up and, give them a whack. That's still assault. So the thing is that the response, is it proportional to the aggravation, is question number one. And the second thing really is, if you or I or anybody on this call perhaps do it, the impact is lesser. But I'll quote Spider-Man here, and Amit, you were saying the same thing. With great power comes great responsibility. And reach, having the ear of millions, hundreds of millions of people, is great power. And with that, how you come out in these situations is really a moral lesson for society as a whole. And
yes,
that is the responsibility
that's a good point. And to your point, Gabe, again, let's say his intent was malicious, I get you. That's a reasonable argument. The problem is nothing malicious happened at the end of the day. And so this was not he broke
because
into your house.
Because he was caught.
No.
Yeah, nothing happened because he was caught.
Right. So it's almost like, so here's the perfect example. Let's say the guy breaks into your house. You beat him with a bat. Okay, now do you shoot him?
No.
Because you've subsidized the situation. It's under control. The guy's knocked out. He's hit with the bat. You don't shoot the motherfucker, right? Because that's not a. Now, if he has a gun against you, you shoot back. Totally understand. That's self-defense.
No, if he breaks in, you shoot. But in
your
this
analogy,
situation,
the guy did nothing. His security guard got the license plate. And then on top of that, you have a very big externality that we're not taking into account, or at least you, Scott, and Chris aren't taking into account. The guy has 120 million rabid fans that will literally take a bullet for him.
I see your point, right? This is it's Sophie's choice. It's very, it's almost impossible to debate, right? It comes down to morals and ethics, and you are very pacifist. You have a lot of empathy. You've told us this, right? And so I get where you're coming from. Me, I'm a fucking heartless asshole, right? So I get it. But when I like to break down everything logically, right? And if the question is, did Elon go too far, right? The answer is maybe. The answer is not indefinitely yes. The answer is not indefinitely no. It's maybe, because we just don't have all of the data. And will we ever have it? Fuck no, we're never going to get it, right? That's why this is a debate, and there's so many open, things that we can say. But I just want you guys to understand. I want to convey. I just want to be understood. I want to convey where I'm coming from. and why I'm saying this and why I'm more on Elon's side than I'll ever be on the other dude's side, because Elon was doing nothing wrong. Elon's life got forcibly changed by this third party. Now, what the intent was, we'll never fucking know. But if someone breaks into my house, here's a story. Like someone, this was in the news. Some guy was really drunk, broke into a house he thought was his, got shot and killed. Right, he died in the hospital. Now, his intent was not to rob, obviously, but the fucking homeowner didn't know that, and he shot and killed him. Nothing happened to the homeowner, right? So that's why I use that analogy. Like you understand, it's about what is going on. Who is the perpetrator who's put their trajectory into someone else's life? And this guy did it, not Elon. So you know, we can debate it till the cows come home whether he did too much or too little, or if it was warranted or not, because we'll never have all the fucking data, guys. And so it just comes down to understanding what caused it, and what caused it was the other guy. So in Hammurabi's law, you know, an eye for an eye, even though we'll never know if you really took the eye. You know, he don't look at it. Look, you were gonna fucking take my eye, so fuck you. I'm taking your eye. And that's why I don't think Elon was inherently right. I'll say it like this: Elon was more right than the other guy. Put it that way.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Gabe echoed basically most of what I would say, but I want to go back to what he said about who's right and who's wrong. Like it, yes, Elon has millions of followers. But who's to say, that person's going to go seek out this bad person? The fact is that this person that that his security guard took the license plate photo of was out there to try to expose him and try to tell who knows who, got Antifa or just any crazy person out there, you know, about Elon Musk and where he's living. And so why is it wrong at all for him to expose that person? I don't understand. And it goes back to like protecting your own house. That's way less than shooting the person that accidentally came into the wrong house, which is still okay because you're allowed to protect your own place. What's wrong with Elon Musk trying to defend himself? He's already had death threats after death threats, hundreds of them.
Bro, I get you.
Because of what reason?
Elon can afford hundreds of millions of dollars worth of security. There are people in the Twitter replies right now, if you just go into the tweet, finding his name, finding his date of birth. Because once you have a license plate, I mean, you could find a lot of shit.
So basically, Amit, what you're saying is this guy is probably living in fear right now, that he's going to get one arrest from the cops.
Yeah.
He's going to get beat up by the Twitter folk.
Yes.
Right? He's going to get beat up by the Tesla folk. Good.
Yes.
There you go.
He brought this on himself, Amit.
He brought it on himself.
He brought it on himself.
So if he dies tomorrow,
no fucks.
He's not going to die. No one's going to kill him.
No, but let's say he does.
Let's say he does someone like that.
So, okay. Here's the thing. This guy is now going to live in fear for the rest of his life. And we can all say that, okay, he deserves it.
Conjecture. You can't say that.
Gabe, you literally just said assume the most malicious thing. So you can't say it's conjecture when you were saying that.
Right. So now the question really is, who the fuck gives us the right to be judge, jury, and executioner? Or Elon for the matter. Right? There is a legal system in place, and it is in place so that every individual does not have to be judge, jury, and executioner. And that's the basis of society.
Yeah, Bacon has a good point. Elon asked for mob justice. This is not eye for an eye. Elon needs
there was no ask for mob justice. There was none.
See, now you're
it was shit. Chris, you're not stupid. It was a dog.
No, legally there was no ask for justice.
But we're not talking about legal. We're talking about street justice here. We're talking about streets.
Whoa,
Amit, put yourself in Elon's shoes. What would you do?
I would not tweet to 120 million people because my consciousness, if this guy gets
you say that, but when you have like Chris said, I don't have kids, but Chris hit it on the head. Someone in the comments hit it on the heads. If you had a child, it's so easy for you to say, I would not do this, right? But if you have a child, right, then I assure you, you would not be looking at this the same way. You would not when you don't even have to have a child. Pretend it's your mother. You love your mother, your sisters. You have like 3 of them, right? Pretend someone put your sisters or your mother in danger. I know that you're a pacifist, but I know that there is there's a person there inside of you, Amit, that will come out and protector mode will come out. I know it's there. All right. So instead of just being oblivious to the obvious, just fucking understand 2 key points. One, Elon was in the moment and mad, upset, scared for the safety of his child, etc. And 2, this person came into Elon's life. Elon was minding his own motherfucking business. So how you guys, when I say you guys, I mean whoever it is doing it, is defending the perpetrator. Like it's like asinine to me. Asinine.
So,
And
I don't
just to
think
say
anybody
real
is
quick,
defending the perpetrator here. I don't think anybody is defending the perpetrator. The question really is, was the way the situation was handled the best or the most optimal way for handling it? And then again, another very important thing, Gabe, I 100% agree with you that when you're in that situation, how you react to it is a very personal thing. What we are trying to debate here is, as a society, as morally, was that the best way to handle it? And of course not. Elon is Elon. He's one person, and the way he reacts to a situation is the way he reacts to it. And not everybody will react in a similar way. Amit and I will not react in the same way, and you'll not react in the same way. So
here's a question. What is the legal amount of influence do you need not to dox someone?
You don't show their license plate.
No, I'm just saying. One person, 2 people, 5. No, because guess what? At the end of the day, right now, if someone broke into your house, right, and you put it on the World Wide Web and said, look, my house was broken into, and random people walked in, you don't think that you're putting that person's like life at injury or anything like that? I mean, people put videos of things all the time. Here's the other thing. This was done in public, right? This was a public event. Right. So legally, Elon broke no laws whatsoever by putting that license plate out there. I can go around right now and say, Amit Kukreja, this is his license plate. And legally, did I do anything wrong? No.
I don't want to get political here. I don't want to get political here, but ever since Elon said he was both, he was an independent, but he preferred his followers to go Republican because of the way things were. Ever since then, and then ever since then again, he has been attacked. He's been attacked.
Woke agenda, absolutely.
Yo, even if you're right about this, I don't think you guys are understanding the magnitude of what this guy has just done, because you're speaking from a perspective of it's my family, it's my wife, it's my. Okay, that doesn't mean you ask for this person to die when they did nothing at the end of the day outside.
I get what you're saying, but he didn't ask anyone to die.
He didn't ask anyone to die.
Okay, so then wait, why would he tweet this? What was he looking for by tweeting?
Here's a technicality. Here's a technicality. Okay.
Time out.
Making a license plate public, you're not making public who the person is or where he or she lives per se. It is not an easy thing for an everyday person to actually get that information from a license plate. Because if it was, then you've got tens of thousands of dashcam videos out there which shows 100,000 license plates every year. Is that illegal? Is that amounting to the same thing, like doxing people? I think one of the big questions is that where was Elon, or was just showing license plate? Does it amount to doxing or not, or does it amount to showing private information? Because a license plate is something that is displayed in public.
Here's the question, Gabe. Why would he tweet this video if he wasn't looking for some type of mob justice? What's the point of the video?
I mean, let's play the video once.
Can I say something real quick? I know.
Hold on. Let Gabe answer that. Then we'll
okay.
Go ahead.
So what's the point of the video? Again, we don't know. But all you're doing, Amit, all you're doing is you are hugging an agenda, and fucking
No, I'm
suffocating
not.
it.
That is such a horrible take. I'm talking about someone's safety because you're telling 120 million. I like Elon. I buy the fucking shares. I'm not this Democrat that thinks he's ruining free speech or whatever, or hate speech. I think when you have 120 million followers and you tweet out a license plate, you are obviously saying he could have just
Obviously how? Obviously how?
Because it's obvious because the license plate is obviously there for 5 seconds.
So if anyone on Twitter, on YouTube, on anything who is being stalked and pulls out their camera and say, this guy is stalking me, here's his license plate. If anyone does that, then they want death to that person.
Hold on.
Is that what you're saying?
Hold on. Let me put this in. When that person has 120 million followers, the best security man could ask for, and access to the most elite of police, like this guy has Tesla level security. You don't need to do that. There's difference between if someone has 50 followers who tweets that and gets like 5 impressions on that post.
Dude, no security is 100% flawless. All right, no security.
Chris, that doesn't matter. The guy has 120 million people that can go after this dude.
Okay, let's break this down. So what Amit is basically saying.
You're holding him to a higher standard. Amit is saying he's holding him to a higher standard.
Of course.
Absolutely. Like,
okay,
so the reason is of 120 million followers.
Bullshit.
Hold on. Let me make it hard. You know why the president celebrates Diwali? Trump, Biden, Obama. They're not Indian. Why do they celebrate a Hindu holiday? Because they have a responsibility to 5% of the American population that is Hindu, to make them feel included in the American democracy. So as a president, as a person with an elite status, you do things, you are held, hold on, Gabe, you are held to a higher standard because there's more people in the nation that you have to look after. There's a reason if Elon says tomorrow, hey, I don't like XYZ group of people. Like, we know the people that Kanye has been talking about. Imagine if Elon said any group of those people and said, I just don't like them. There's a reason Tesla stock would tank. There's a reason investors would, like, even if Elon personally does not like XY group of people, he has a responsibility at the tune of $495 billion of a company to make sure that the stock and the shareholders are represented well, which means his individualistic ideals, for example, hating a group of people, which maybe he does, we don't know, can't be expressed publicly. So when you have 120 million people, you have an obligation, because that tweet will get millions of impressions, to go out to hundreds of thousands of people that will see it, that might take action for it. And as a result of that, that would lead to some type of damage, which is totally different from a random person on Twitter who has 50 followers tweeting this out.
Well, I'm pretty sure Kanye West was the first public figure that Elon Musk actually banned.
Okay, so
yeah, because Kanye said some wild shit.
Yeah,
Elon's
he did say some wild shit.
Right
he
now.
did say some wild shit, right? He did it. And you know what? I don't agree with him, but I respect the fuck out of Kanye West for being transparent and honest, because there's not enough people like that in this world. It sucks that those are his thoughts, but I respect the man for doing that, right? Do I think that he should be a spokesperson for humankind? Absolutely not, because his morality is fucked up. Now back to Elon. I just found out, because of the beautiful comments that I started to read again, because I got triggered a long time ago and I said I don't read comments, but now I read them again. If this is true, then I am quadrupling down on my stance to quadruply fuck the guy. I don't care if he dies. If he was Antifa, right, which in itself says that malicious intent was imminent, go fuck yourself. Everyone, here's this motherfucker's thing, okay? I am in fear of my life.
Okay, but we don't even know that. We don't even know that. So that's.
Amit, how do you feel about mugshots when the police puts it out there? You know, that this person's a child molester, this person's a rapist. Like, let's say child predators. Do you agree that child predators should be?
Yes, after they got convicted in a court of law and they're going to jail and all this stuff is happening, yes.
Fuck you, jackalope.
That's what happens. But when you put information out before someone's convicted, but like, guys, here's my thing. This guy could have the most malicious intent of the world. I agree. If he dies tomorrow, or if something bad happens to him, or his house is blah, 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 like, no one wanted to see Paul Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi's husband, get killed. Even if you guys disagree with them politically, I'm sure you don't want him to get beat to death with a rock. Okay, so if none of us want violence, and Elon is not encouraging violence, but basically saying, hey, you know this guy? I mean, what are you supposed to assume? Like he's not saying that for fun. especially not to 120 million people.
You can't just assume he's asking for violence.
So then what was the point of the video, Scott? What was
the point of the video was to get information on who this person was.
You think a mob of hundreds of millions of people are going to send Elon an email at elon@tesla.com. Hey, Elon, I saw this guy walking down Central and Boulevard. Like, you think that's what he was looking for?
Like Gabe's saying, I don't think it's a mob. I think ever since Elon went from
I've been watching too much CNBC. We're good at spinning shit.
Republican pushing. He now there's a mob against him. And the only mob is the mob against him, the mob that's showing up at his doorstep that he was able to get a picture of the license plate. I think that's the only mob there is.
I
don't think there's a Republican mob going after him. I don't think there's a Republican mob going after.
When I say mob, I mean literal Twitter followers. I don't mean anything political.
All right, just riddle me this: if the guy was Antifa, because I don't know, someone said in the comments, and then I saw the video. He did look like it, all black, blah blah blah, but we don't know, right? I don't know. I said if he was, then I'm going to quadruple down on my stance, right? But Amit, for argument's sake or debate's sake, whatever the fuck this is, if he was Antifa, would that change your tone on what he did at all, or would it still be the same? Because I really want to know that.
So my follow-up question is, if he was Antifa, what exactly do you think his intent was? To kill Elon's little kid? Like, what was the intent? Because I don't know what the intent is.
Here's what I know. I know Antifa is known for doing violent acts against people, known for this. Okay, 1 + 1 = 2. So my question to you is, and I'm saying I'm saying if, right? Because we like to debate in this late night stock talks, right? We like to debate non-stocky stuff. If he was Antifa, Amit, would your tone differ, or would it be the same? Because I want to know how you think, how you see things.
So I'll add to Gabe's question, Amit, before you answer. In the context of the fact that this guy, he apparently, according to Elon's tweet, blocked Lil Lex's car and got onto the hood, which in itself is, I don't know if legally it consummates to an act of violence or not, but at least feels so. In that context, would you still say the same thing?
Okay, hold on. I got to say one thing. Can the jackalopes and the same people who keep on fucking saying, get off my fucking nuts. All right, stop talking about me so fucking much. Talk about what we're talking about.
It's comments. You can't get too.
God damn it, this jackalope dude. He's such a. I wish he would meet me in somewhere and we can talk.
It's comments, my guy. It's not that serious. It's a random dude on the internet.
Jackalope, Gabe's gonna buy you a beer, man.
Jackalope, you and Gabe should meet in Vegas and have a good talk. Okay.
Wait,
anyway,
I'm at the best. I got the best quote I just saw on Twitter, and you know what it is? It's probably Yoel Roth.
Yo, but some of the stuff he was doing, I mean, look, it's kind of wild.
Thanks for muting me. I needed that. I appreciate it.
It's kind of, yes, it's a good. I muted you. I saw you were going off. It's like,
yeah, I was.
Yeah, Gabe, it's comments, bro. Do you know how many people say stupid shit about me today? Someone in the comments was
motherfucker. No matter what we're talking about, he said.
Okay, I'm muting you again, Gabe. You don't need to. It's not that serious, Gabe. It's just comments, bro. It's just comments. It's not a big deal. Chris, what are your updated thoughts on this? Anything to say?
You know, I hate to say this, but I would say that I'm probably thinking more like a family member than anything else, but that's how I was raised. Yeah. Okay, that's how I was raised. I grew up in a terrible neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York, right? And literally, when you call the cops and all the other stuff, that kind of stuff, yeah, it's like I'll tell you right now, I got mugged, right? Gave a description of who it was, the person in my school. What did the cops do? Nothing. They put it in a piece of paper, whatever. Guess what happened 3 weeks later? My brother was mugged, right? Same person did the same exact thing to my brother, right? Now, here's the thing. You think I'm going to rely on the cops, or you think I'm going to start carrying around a baseball bat, or I'm going to go to try to find what's going on with the situation? I would say that the consequences after this are that this guy and anyone else thinking that they're going to be able to get anywhere near Elon or his kid, they're going to think twice. And I think that is the reaction that he might have gone for. And that's what's going to happen. You know, if you think Elon Musk won't put you on blast from now on and put everyone on blast, and it's kind of sad because society is kind of going into the zone. Like you had all these guys, politicians. I remember last year. Oh, we need to start attacking people at fucking restaurants. We need to start pushing back on them, quote unquote, right?
Who said that?
With the abortion thing. Oh, what's her name? Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters said that we need to start pushing back on them. That was a real big thing. Right now, you have all these people literally calling for death on the Supreme Court justices for the Roe v. Wade decision. Nancy, what's her name? Nancy Mace, who's a House member. Someone broke into her house because of her vote, like whatever she was voting for. I mean, dude, this is just societal breakdown on another level, dude. And I'm sorry, the cops are there to help investigate and all this other stuff, but me knowing California, they would not have done anything to this guy whatsoever, with the exception of maybe giving him a warning and saying, here's a restraining order, don't do anything to Elon or his kids. And that's it. And this guy would have got another shot at trying at Elon.
We all know cops don't do anything, especially for stuff like that in San Francisco. And that's where it probably was.
So I think Chris made a very, very important point here. And that is that there is a very, very small part of the society that we live in that actually is a lot more extreme, like the absolute outliers who will take a situation like this and they will take action which is, detrimental to somebody's life or safety. That number is probably 1 in a million, but when it all comes back to the fact that if you have 50 followers, you'll probably have nobody reacting to you. But if you have 120 million followers, there might be those 12 people who will want to take action and can go to various lengths to do it. So should we do it as a society? Probably, it's okay for one of us to actually do it. But going back to what Amit and Chris actually said, that when you have such a large following, there will be this very small number of people who will actually go to extreme lengths to take action on something based on their construed ideas of what Elon meant. Right? So Elon might just be asking for information. Maybe you know who this guy was, but somebody might construe it as a call to action. And there's a very, very small section of society who does that. It is unfortunately the society that we live in. Not 100% of the people are rational. There is a very small section who is irrational. And that is where the problem comes in, that when you have such a large following, when you've got the ear of such a large number of people, are your actions required to be held to a higher standard or not?
Look, I mean, I get the point you guys are making, Chris, Gabe, and Scott, but I think Ishan's larger point about democracy and legality of this, like, I don't know, man. Elon literally just suspended someone today. Elon's jet tracker, which I agree with fully. Like, that account should be suspended because that's threatening his physical safety. Like, think about that. That entire account is threatening his safety.
I agree with you. He can't say one thing and do another. Okay, so there I agree. Right? I agree. If his only fuck up, to your point, is being, supposed to be the standard, supposed to be graded higher than other people. If he has the power to do something on a very powerful social media app, and then suspends someone or bans someone for doing A, whatever A is, and then he does A.
Oh, tweet's been deleted, by the way. Go ahead, Gabe. Wait, no, tweet's not been deleted. Sorry, tweet's not been deleted.
Don't you think he would do the same for somebody else of high importance? Say it's Kevin O'Leary and someone's following their jet, and Kevin O'Leary's in a lot of hot crap because of FTX or whatever. Don't you think it would be okay for him to do the same thing for Kevin O'Leary? Someone tracking his jet, like, it's not just him personally doing.
On this point, I'm with Amit.
It's logical.
On this point, I'm with Amit. You have to make a choice and stick with it. No fucking wishy-washy bullshit. Okay, there is no but what if? No, fuck that. If this is what you're gonna do, then you do it all the time. All the time. Consistency is key. So if he suspended someone for doxing or whatever, and then he doxes, well, then Elon is wrong for that. And I'll be very clear on that. Elon is wrong for the double standard because no one is above the standard. But I don't think Elon is wrong for doing it. I think he's wrong because of him doing it and then saying someone else was wrong for them doing it, right? Then that's wrong. But he is not wrong inherently for doing what he did. Not in my opinion, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, some people are saying I'm reading too much into Elon's tweet. I think by the replies, I think it's not just me. I think a lot of people have the same opinion that it's just not the right way to do it. I'm curious what Farzad will have to say about this. He's a big Tesla channel. I'm definitely curious his thoughts. If we go for the eye argument, I think that's a little bit too much Elon fanboying. Gabe, I know you're not Elon fanboying because you're not even an Elon fan. You're going directly eye for an eye. That's who you are.
I'm a huge Elon fan. What the fuck are you talking about? Do you know?
Oh, I didn't know.
Are we
wait. Do you guys know who Charles? Do you guys know who Charles Lindbergh is?
No.
You don't know who Charles Lindbergh is? I'd look up Charles Lindbergh. All right. Charles Lindbergh was one of the most famous American aviators that we had. And the kid was kidnapped, never to be seen again. All right. When you are an outsized political person or person of note, your personal safety is super, super in question. And people will actually reach out to your loved ones to come to get you, right? Whether it be for negotiating for hostages, whatever, or even just negatively impacting your life. It's kind of crazy to see what society will turn into. And I don't know what the best course of action in this specific scenario is. But all I can say is, as a father, I would agree with what Elon did. All right, legally, I don't know all the stuff that goes into it.
He didn't break any laws legally, Chris. Not one. The only thing he broke was, being double standard, which is, suspending someone on Twitter for doing basically the same thing. That I'm not down with that. Right.
Okay. Now here's a question: what are the consequences of this? What should happen to Elon?
I mean, I think he should just delete the tweet. I don't think anything should happen. He should just delete the fucking tweet. Like,
he should just delete. He should delete the tweet and be told that a double standard will not be allowed. Right?
Delete the tweet of him posting the.
Yeah, he should delete. He should delete the tweet, because I am now in the camp that he should delete the tweet, because I did not know that he basically suspended someone for the same thing, and that pisses me off.
I didn't know he suspended. I don't agree with him suspending the person, but I do agree with him posting the tweet.
So thank you. Actually, Scott, what he should do is either unsuspend that person and not suspend anyone going forward. Or delete the fucking tweet. Keep the standard.
What are we talking about? Are you talking about the Elon jet tracker tweet? Because that's big difference between.
No, we're talking about the person that was fucking. Sorry, I did it again. The person that was harassing him and showing where Elon was and stuff, and then Elon posting his license plate. I think he should have posted that. He should not have. Is that where we're at?
No, I'm asking Gabe what the double standard
that person?
No, that's what I'm asking. What's the double standard, Gabe?
The double standard is that I'm just going off what Amit said. Amit said that, I don't know the specifics. He suspended someone for doxing, right? Doxing.
Well,
whatever.
Yeah, but that person was actively listing where Elon was at all times. Where Elon's plane was, like literally, like Elon's plane is at LA
in real time.
Is it a dox, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a dox? Okay. Putting someone's license plate is also a form of doxing, right?
No,
listen.
No. Hold on. Real time tracking of a person
is doxing.
Where they are physically
is doxing
versus saying this is the person are two different things.
No, it's not. Killing someone with a gunshot to the head is killing someone, and killing someone slow and painfully is killing someone.
I think
at the end of the day, you killed someone. Doxing is doxing. If he doxed, right? If that person was doxing, it was a more treacherous type of doxing. right? But listen, it doesn't matter if it was doxing. Then now Elon cannot suspend that person and then dox himself. You just can't do that. It's a double standard. It doesn't matter.
So
You can't. It's not one is
okay, I
not
think
better because it's less than the other.
so. Chris, Gabe, I think there's a little bit more nuance to this, and this is also what Elon was perhaps talking about, wherein if you say what Elon did was definitely a name and a shame. Whether it amounts to doxing or not, uh, again, is, we can see how we define it. But what Elon is trying to say is that it's not okay to publicly announce where a person is in real time or potentially will be at a particular time in the future. uh, and so exposing somebody's home address amounts to, let's say that person is going to perhaps be at their home in the future. So you cannot make that public. You cannot say that this person is going to be or is at a particular Starbucks at this particular point in time in real time. This is to prevent any nefarious actors. Let's say that, let's say I have bad intentions towards a person and I know where they are in real time, I can go and take action versus uh, saying that so and so person was at a particular place at so and so time, uh, wherein I, with nefarious actions, cannot really go back into history and take action on that. Again, I guess there is a bit of a nuance there, and Elon is trying to draw that distinction. But it is my belief or understanding that 99% of the people out there on the internet, on Twitter, are not going to appreciate this nuance.
You are right. That is correct. 99% of people aren't going to appreciate it. And we are just trying to debate, talk, argue, whatever it is you want to say we're actually fucking doing. Whether it was whether Elon was right in doing what he did.
I think he was right.
Yeah, I think Elon's only fuck up was doxing, or excuse me, was canceling someone else for doxing right before this happened. Like, the timing sucks. The timing sucks because now it is a double standard.
But
now
you're
it's a double
talking
standard.
about someone doxing him in his airplane, right?
Scott, I'm talking about Elon. Yes, so he banned him off of Twitter.
Different levels, and yeah, maybe
I'm gonna tell you, just like I told Amit, there's no such thing as different level. There is right and there is wrong.
Yes, but
that's it. If you punch somebody in the face once and walk away, it's assault. If you beat the fudge out of someone,
I agree with you on the plane stuff, but the plane is public information, by the way. Just saying that. Like,
so is a license plate.
No. A license plate is not just
public
out there for anyone.
Sure it is.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes,
not
it
everyone.
is. Yes, it is.
The reason it's displayed in public is that anybody on the road can see the license plate.
Exactly. That's my
so
point.
It is public
a plane, anyone can look up Elon Musk's jet tracker and literally find it. That's my point. I agree that it's wrong. The plane thing is wrong, but it is public information. The license plate for a guy to 120 million people is not public information, and he doesn't have security as well on top of that. But I agree, they're both wrong. 100% they're both wrong. It's just I think Elon, because of his stature, takes it up so many levels. I don't. Go ahead.
Don't you think? I mean, Elon has to take care of himself. He's the richest man in the world, if not the second richest man in the world.
Yeah, and he's taking care of himself. He has security following his little kid.
And trying to give up his whereabouts. And 50% of the planet hates him, and probably 10% of the planet wants to harm him. It's different. It's a different story because people with that information going out to all of Twitter, 10% of those people will do something, and it shouldn't be okay. I know that's special treatment for Elon. I get that. I 100% get that. And that's not special treatment that any of us will get. but Elon's a different person. He's someone that's literally saving humanity and has done stuff no one has ever done before. And yes, he's the richest man in the world, but he's actually doing good stuff with it. He's doing. I'm not going to read into all of it, but I can tell you.
Are you saying? Are you? Do you agree or disagree with me that the double standard is not okay? Yes or no?
You're talking about the double standard of the airplane to the license plate of the person?
Doxing. Suspending someone for doxing and then turning around and doxing
I think it's
someone.
okay. I think the double standard
Good.
is okay.
I'm glad we disagree. Because
I think
we
it's
always
okay.
agree all the damn time. Kind of sick of it, actually. I'm glad we disagree.
I think it's okay. I'm with him on both ways. I'm with Elon both ways.
Like it both ways? What'd you say? Huh?
No, I don't. But I'm with Elon both ways.
You're my boy, Scotty. Okay, cool.
I saw a comment which I think is really important. Recording in public is a protected First Amendment right.
Sure is.
Right? So there is nothing illegal about Elon posting the video. Anything that got recorded while in public is protected by First Amendment, even if that
not anything, not anything. Personal sensitive information, for instance, sharing someone's social security number is not legal. Sharing someone's license plate, completely legal. Sharing someone's face or legal. Sharing someone's address, believe it or not, legal. Now, then you have in the courts, they have what's called intent, and that's a different story. So we're not going to go down that fucking rabbit hole. But sharing someone's credit card information, not legal, right? So it depends on the information. So a license plate falls under the scope of legal, completely legal, because I can go outside right now and put on Twitter, hey, I don't like the way this guy looked at me. I can lie and say, I don't like the way this guy looked at me. Here's his license plate, right? It's a lie. And that's not a crime. It's not a crime to lie, right? But I gave his license plate. That's it. Nothing will happen to me. Is it morally and ethically skewed? Absolutely, right? But we live and I hate gray. As you guys know, I have autism and I fucking hate gray. Black and white. That's what I live in. That's where I want to be, right? And I hate all these what ifs and grays and opaques. Just this world is frustrating at times. But technically, what he did is not illegal, and I'm not against it. I'm only against what he did as far as putting it on Twitter because of the double standard that he set.
Okay, let's kind of rehash this into more finance. Okay, how does this affect Tesla financially? Because Tesla is the public company. Elon is the CEO of this company, right?
Yeah.
Let's go back and see what the finance ramifications of this is. I, for one, am not a fan of this because this is just another giant distraction from what Elon is trying to do with all the companies that he has. If anything, now his brain is probably going to have one more thing to worry about, which is the safety of his family and all the kids that he has. I think he has like 11 kids at this point, if not more, right? So now he's going to be focusing on that kind of, 7, 8, whatever. It's a pretty high number. He's repopulating a lot of the human race for us. Thank you, Elon. But basically, this is going to definitely play into his psyche. I don't know how many more companies this guy could possibly try to manage with all the stuff that he has going on, and now also have to deal with issues in his personal life. I think at some point, Elon Musk is going to have a nervous breakdown. And I don't know if I want to invest in a company with the CEO being pulled in so many directions.
Yeah, I agree on that. I think he's in a tough situation. Now, if anyone could do it, it is Elon, right? And I know we've all been saying that. But at some level, man, he sold 3.5 billion of Tesla. And Chris, I want to get your reaction to him selling as well. But it seems like to pay for Twitter is debt, right? Like that was.
Yeah. My guess would be that since a lot of the debt that Elon has at Twitter is expensive debt, basically there was no way that he basically had to finance the cash flow and keep enough cash flow so that he can keep the company alive while he does all the transformation part. I'm sure the advertisers have cut their relationships, and right now he's still burning cash. Hopefully, I mean, we don't know the financials, so we can't say that 100%. But I would, if it was me, I would have just said, you know what, maybe it's a time for Tesla to just buy Twitter, right? And then use the cash on Tesla's balance sheet to pay off the Twitter debt, and then somehow incorporate Twitter into the larger Tesla brand. That's what I would have done. But what he did was just sell off shares and use that. I don't know how this is going to end up playing for the shareholders, and that's what my main concern would be. Because, by the way, there's still a lot more debt to go. This doesn't I don't know how much debt did he take in order to finance this deal.
13 billion.
Yeah, so he's still got another 10 to go.
Yeah, but see, the interest on that debt in Twitter is about $1 billion a year. If he's cutting that by, let's say he cuts it by $4 billion and has three in reserve, or perhaps by $5 billion, he is cutting interest payments by about 300 million now. I think what Elon's most important sort of thing is to make sure that Twitter is not in red, essentially, and mostly because of the debt repayments. So I think that is what Elon might be looking for. And of course, it's going to take a year and a half to actually get back to, the levels of revenue where Twitter can sustain interest payments as well as principal repayments from its own business. So I guess it's just to fund that particular period. Elon is also very, very scared of recessions, of what might have happened in 2008. Without the lucky break that he had, both with SpaceX and with Tesla. Like, both of these companies were going to go under, right? So he's just been burned, and he's like, cash is king in times of a recession, especially after, I guess, or anticipating what the Fed would do. He read between the lines and figured out that the Fed is not going to slow down enough or reverse policy enough. And I think, Gabe, you've touched upon that in some of the private streams as well. So he's basically, creating his own war chest, making sure that the interest payment commitments at Twitter are not going to break his back. So that's that. Apart from that, anything Elon does is gonna pull the Tesla stock down in the near term, and that's just what all of us have got to play with. He's just giving us a gift of lower costs, reducing our dollar cost, at average cost on Tesla stock, and in the longer term, I mean, at the end of it, the PE ratios are going to have to push the stock up. There is no way around that. Unless something completely changes with Tesla's business, which we would see as folks who actually track the company, the PE ratios itself will push the stock up regardless of what Elon does. And with respect to the number of distractions, I'll give you an example. The Tata Group in India has 33 businesses, 33 companies, of which 25 are international, all headed by one chairman, which is the chairman of the Tata Group. Of course, there are CEOs, and there's leadership at every company. So does every company that Elon has. I mean, the CEO is a role which is basically you've got to on paper you need to have a CEO. It doesn't matter who it is. If the day to day is being run by Drew Baglino or by I forget. The head of Tesla at China, I forget his name. But if these are the guys who are running day to day at Tesla and doing a pretty good job at it, we've got to be rest assured that the company is being run well, regardless of who the official title belongs to. So I don't really look into that as much. And same at SpaceX and Neuralink and Boring and the other companies that are there. Twitter, I'm sure that he's going to create that executive team, and a very strong one at that. And then, of course, he'll have more time to worry about it.
This is such a tricky conversation. Sister Chris, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say with regards to with your take on that, I totally agree with you. I think every point that you made makes total sense. At this point, I would say that this is me thinking as like as a trader, not an investor. I have two caps that I have on. Okay, my investor cap and my trader hat. My trader hat is telling me there are some serious performance issues that are coming in the short term because of the macro level events that are happening around the country, and not only in the country but around China too, which is China and Europe, which are large segments of well, not as much Europe, but definitely China. Slowdown in China, slowdown in Europe, slowdown in the US. The numbers next quarter may not be as rosy as we think, or the next financial year, the fiscal year may not be as great as it was last year. So that overvaluation is what he is trying to get ahead of. I would have I would have tried to clear it much faster at like 200 or something, not at a lower price. But I think at this point he's probably firewalling himself by having a strong liquid capital so that he doesn't have to reach into the debt markets.
Chris, I would
lower.
Chris, I would love to know the PE ratio of Tesla right now today is 49 point something, right? At what PE ratio going into a bad macro environment would you enter a bullish position in Tesla? And then after you answer, I will answer my answer and I'll tell you what I think is the realistic bottom.
It depends on the deterioration of the credit conditions that we're in, right? If credit conditions deteriorate, that means that people are not going to have money to finance the cars, which means that now Tesla is going to be sitting on a shit ton of inventory, right? So I would say between a 15 and a 25%, 15 and a 25%, I mean, not percent, 25 PE, but that's under the caveat of what the performance looks like, because PE is backward looking. To think that Tesla is going to be able to repeat last year's profits in a recession is not possible.
They're definitely going to have PE compression, but you said something that I think
not only are they going to have PE compression, like in terms of valuation, but they're also going to have shittier numbers.
Right. So I believe you said something incorrect. You said that Tesla will have a lot of inventory. I could be mistaken, but I believe that Tesla still, even now that demand is waning, it has 100% of its inventory spoken for, which means they at no point do they have an excess. And so you're saying, I just want to understand you correctly. You're saying that you think Tesla will, in the crappy macro environment, which, at least we agree on that. We believe it's coming. Although you did say that the bull market has started. But anyway, I'll get off that train. You think that in the deteriorating macro, that there will be a point where Tesla will have too much inventory. Am I correct in thinking that that's what you said?
Yeah, I think by next year, the lead times that Tesla had and also the margins that they've been able to sell are going to be compressed.
Okay. So do you have a dollar price that you think? You said PE 15 to 25. Is instead of giving me such a wide 10.
But I don't know what next year's profit looks like, right? I can't tell you, oh my God, you should buy it.
No, that's not the question. The question is, at what point, regardless of the macro, will the PE ratio of Tesla now be warranted a bullish entry?
Like I said, that's going to depend on what their numbers are looking like going forward. If their numbers start to deteriorate, whatever PE you want to assign it to means absolutely horseshit.
Okay, Chris. Anyway,
wait, what's the disagreement that you guys like? Just because
disagreement is he's being Jerome Powell and not answering my question.
I am being like Jerome Powell.
Yeah, you fucking are. It's so annoying. It's a very straightforward question. The macro environment doesn't fucking matter. At some point, if it's a great company, and I think we can all agree that Tesla is a great company, they're not going out of business. Okay, they will get past and they will go up. Don't know how long that's going to take. The question is, at what point does the PE justify an entry, a bullish entry from Chris? That's the fucking question. Answer the question, Chris.
Gabe, you don't even know if the PE is going to be positive. That's how bad things could get. You don't know, and I don't.
Let's pretend. Okay,
that's
you know,
the
just
point that I'm trying to make. Until the macro.
Okay, pretend it's going to always be positive. There you go.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
You're such an avoider of questions.
I will buy
you
when
never
the macro
put into a corner.
I can give it a PE that's comfortable to me. Under bad macro, I don't want to buy.
Okay.
Can I say something from a very amateur point of view? Tesla, no. I only have 3 shares. I already told Michael Stein's whatever. He was hating on me and Gabe. I don't even know why. But anyway, back to Tesla. I only had 3 shares valued at the average price $200. I'm obviously down quite a bit. Not a big deal. It's only 3 shares. But the robotics and the full self-driving, is that something that's going to happen, or is this
conjecture? We don't know. Listen, it's all part of the pie.
We've been talking about the full self-driving for 5 years, and it's still not happening.
It's all part of the pie, Scott.
Self-driving and the robotics.
We can't tell the future, Scott. Right? And so that's another rabbit hole debate, right? The question that I asked Chris, and by the way, Michael Steinbeck, I like Chris a lot. We're actually friends, so you can go F yourself trying to stir up stuff. Anyway, the question, I'm asking a very direct question, right? No, even in the worst of times, companies go through droughts. They have peaks and they have troughs, right? I believe that this recession is going to put many great companies into very low and unexpected troughs that are going to bring their valuation at numbers you would think, holy macaroni, why didn't I buy when it was this, right? Because hindsight is 2020, right? So I'm asking Chris, at what point will you pull your head out of your third point of contact and
You're funny. Gabe, go ahead. Yours was funny.
At what point will you see Tesla as, okay, it is too low now? And instead of doing it in the form of what price, I asked what PE, because I happen to know how many dollars equal 1 PE point. And I was trying to.
But Gabe, you're using today's numbers to justify your PE. You don't know what the PE is going to look like next quarter. You don't know what the PE is going to look like the quarter after that.
That's why I said use the data we do know as a starting point. If all else is the same, crappy macro, all else is the same, they're still profitable. Okay, here, I'll make it fucking easier for you. At what price?
Gabe, they don't even have a history that you can utilize to go back.
At what price would you like to buy Tesla? At what price?
I don't want to buy Tesla right now, dude.
Never. So it goes to $50. You're not buying.
Listen.
It goes to $50. You're not buying. I'm trying to see because if you are
improves, I'll buy. All right.
If you are a bear, right, which you're obviously a bear. If you are a bear who is just illogical, then what you say doesn't fucking matter to me, because then you don't really understand what an investment is. But if you say, well, Gabe, because of this, that, and the third, if it gets to this price or this PE, I would consider an entry. If you said that, I would respect your thesis. But you didn't say that. You just, no matter what, Jerome Powelled me and illuminated to all of us that you are a perma bear on Tesla.
No, I'm not a perma bear. I don't care. Dude, all I'm saying is once the macro improves, then I can assign it a PE that I wanted to buy it at. And I can also compare it against other companies that are lined up in my brain that are worth investing in also. Right now, I don't know if there's actually other companies that have a better business that can actually justify the PEs that they have. Dude, you remember, when you're investing in a company, you're not just investing in the company, you're investing in other companies in the market also. So if I can find a better deal somewhere else, I'll go for it.
Do you know who Peter Lynch is? Do you know who Peter Lynch is?
Yeah, I know.
One of the best investors of all time, right? Peter Lynch And I still really like Tesla. Not at this valuation. I actually wrote a put today on Tesla. I wrote a put at $135 strike, and I believe if exercised, my cost basis for Tesla shares will be like 111, which is below. And I did it because that number 111 is below my worst case. Well, not my worst case. My most likely bear case scenario. Right. The worst case is 75 a share. The likely bear case scenario, not bull case, but bear case, is 115. Now, Peter Lynch, an amazing man, had lots of great advice for the common person. He said, watch out for really popular stocks. Popular stocks who are popular for whatever the reason may be, always carry an addition to the valuation, which is unrealized on the earnings reports, and that is what Tesla is, the cult status, right? And Apple has that, Coca-Cola has that, Tesla has that to the 10th degree, right? So there is a trademark value that an earnings report cannot justify. And Coca-Cola's isn't bad, right? Apple's isn't horrible, but Tesla's is was absolutely asinine, outrageous. But with a PE of 50, it is getting there. At 111, Tesla will have a PE of 31 or 32. Once things are good, a company like Tesla, which will continue its growth of 50% year over year, a PE of 30, I'm willing to wait the long haul. I am not willing to wait the long haul, a PE of 100. But 30, yes.
You're speculating the growth.
You speculate 9 times out of 10 on everything you say. Don't call me out for speculating when you do it all the dang time. All you do is speculate. All you do. On everything.
So anytime we are looking to invest is 90% speculation, because there are 90 different things that can impact a stock at any point in time, and not just Tesla. Of course, Tesla more than others, right?
Will everyone
I'll add to the conversation.
Listen, everyone in the chat. I know you guys understand. Everyone in the chat. Me and Chris are friends. This is just my talking tone. This is how I talk. This is how I debate. This is how I argue. I'm just like this. I can't change it. If you don't believe me, I'll tell you the story of the scorpion and the frog. This is just me. I'm 42 fucking years old. I've almost died like 8 times. Okay? This is just how I am. Okay? This is just how I am. Me and Chris, after this, are friends, and if he was here, I'd buy him a fucking beer. So stop saying that I am like berating Chris or whatever. And yes, my tone is very loud. Sorry, not sorry. I'm just like that. Okay. Sorry to interrupt you, Ishan.
By the way,
yes.
By the way, for everybody in the chat, this is Gabe being mild. You should.
That's true. That's true.
Gabe
That's
and
true.
Tom go at it.
Go watch me and Gabe's Vegas stream. You'll see the real Gabe.
Yeah,
I love Gabe.
This is Gabe being mild.
I love Gabe.
But anyways, I was saying, I'll add to the conversation. There's one thing that I like to look at, and it's the ratio of the current quarter's annualized PE to trailing 12. And that essentially gives or tells us how the execution is at this point in time. Has it improved over the last year or not? And for Tesla, how I look at it is, if it is more than 1.3, 1.35, I'm always comfortable buying. If it hasn't gone down below that yet, but if it does go down, and this is to what Chris was saying, if there's huge margin compression, which could happen, people don't have money to buy cars. Tesla makes almost $10,000 on every vehicle that they sell. They could, cut $5,000 off, and it'll increase the market. I think there's this statistic, right? Every $5,000 cut sort of increases the market by some X. I think 2X or 3X, 2X if I'm not wrong. So they potentially, can go to zero margins and increase demand by 4X right out of the bat. But that leads to margin compression. So the immediate quarter will sort of tell us to an extent how the company is performing, what what the market or their own market is sort of looking at the company.
So Ishan, you're a
kind of
Tesla
output.
bull, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm 90. I guess 95% of my net worth is in Tesla.
Wow. So you disagree with everything Elon's been doing, and you're basically all in Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, Tesla is not Elon, right? And Elon is not Tesla. Tesla is a company. Yes, Elon has given great vision, and he's driven the company in the right direction and still is driving in the right direction. I completely agree with where FSD is going and where you know uh, the bots are going, etc. So from a technology point of view, 100% with Elon. From societal or cultural point of view, I can disagree with him.
Okay,
He's a
let's hear
human.
this.
I'm a
Let's hear
human.
this
We can
video.
have a disagreement. Gordon Johnson.
I can't think of anything historically that is similar to this, that the same group of people that would be attracted to buying a Tesla, the environmentally conscious, the EV, those people are the same ones that are just mortified by what's happening with Twitter. It's like they're totally conflicted. I even think of Ron Barron. I've even kidded him about it. It's like, oh my God.
I talked to somebody yesterday who was planning to buy a Tesla.
Because of this.
No.
Oh, see, I know people who have texted me. They want to buy a Tesla
right,
because
and I
of
know
his First
somebody
Amendment.
yesterday who literally said, I was literally planning to buy a Tesla,
And I'm not going to.
not
I
buying
think
it
there's
anymore.
people that do.
Yeah,
I mean, just so Gene, the thing I want to ask you, Tesla still, in terms of engineering. Now, I saw.
I'm gonna stop.
Chris, you're on
right
mute.
there. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. One of the things, and one of the reasons why, even if Tesla falls a little bit more, I wouldn't necessarily buy it yet. It's because I don't know what the total ramifications of this Twitter issue are yet. Okay, we all know that he has pissed off a lot of people, whether that be Democrats, liberals, crazy people, whatever. The political fallout and the PR fallout, we don't know the total impact just yet. I am cautiously optimistic that this will pass, but I'm not willing to just wait around and hope that it passes. I'd rather see that the numbers don't necessarily go down nearly as much as a lot of people, and then I'll be more comfortable buying it. But as of right now, Tesla has a really big PR problem, and the next couple of years, we're going to see if that PR problem gets resolved or if it actually makes things worse.
But we know why the PR problem is. It's because
Elon
he owns
is
Twitter.
running his mouth. Because Elon is running his mouth.
Because he owns Twitter.
Yeah, but see, it's not because he owns Twitter. I don't think so. It's because he actually is engaging people. He's engaging. He's one of the things that you have to do as a CEO, and especially if you're a good CEO, is be as neutral as possible. Okay, being politically active, being more conscious about going with one party or one train of thought means that you're going to segregate another party or another part of society.
But
so here's an example. When you look at Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan, he was asked a question when he was on the bus. I don't know if you guys saw the thing. And they said, hey, Michael Jordan, why aren't you going to donate money to this guy, blah, blah, blah. And Jordan said straight out, he's like, Republicans buy shoes too, right?
Exactly.
That's the thing. You have to, when you're in a role, especially one where you have a broad consensus of consumers, you have to play the man in the middle, no matter what you do. Because the minute you side with one, you're going to lose the other half, right? And like I said, that's just going to be shown in the numbers if that happens. I don't know if it will. Will Tesla's engineering and quality of cars overcome that? I don't know. But that's the point where I don't want to invest. I want to just hold back.
But Elon Musk's political or whatever he says on Twitter should not affect Tesla whatsoever. I know it does right now in the short term with people and their thoughts and what they think is going to happen, but it shouldn't affect it just because he's running. I mean, him running Tesla right now, yes, because people think it's taking, Twitter, because people think it's taking away from Tesla. I get that part. But the fact that he's speaking his mind on Twitter and letting free speech and allowing Republicans or conservatives to be back on or to continue saying what they want to say, that shouldn't hurt Tesla. That shouldn't hurt.
So
that's only going to help Twitter. Like it's a grand. He's smarter than any of us, and I mean, I know I'm nobody, but I think he's smarter than all of us, and he knows what he's doing, and it's going to be for the better of Tesla, and it's going to be for the better of Twitter. 100%.
So I think this goes back to what Gabe was saying, that this is a popular stock, and there is like in technical terms, it essentially means that the market is assigning a higher PE to it than what potentially Wall Street would.
Gabe, I think you're muted.
You're muted, man.
Yeah, not higher PE. They just it doesn't add to their PE. It gives them a higher PE because people are overvaluing it. Right.
Yeah. So, anyways, where I was getting to was, see, I have a contrarian view on what Chris said about the qualities of a good CEO. Because, see, inherently, if the box that you draw around being a CEO should be neutral, should be conservative, what it also impacts is the thought process of that CEO. And I'm somebody who's led a company before. Amit is trying to build one. If we try and draw that box around the CEO, what will happen is that decision making in business will also be conservative. You will probably try, not be as risk taking or as audacious in your goals, in your vision, if you are conservative by nature, which you're calling out as the hallmark of a good CEO. So mine is a contrarian view to Chris on this. I mean, I guess there's no correct definition of a good CEO, but I personally feel that
I would just say that being for something and being public about it are two different things. That's all I'm saying. He can be an aggressive investor, do everything. I'm just saying when it comes to publicly being out there with your own worldviews, good CEOs know to keep that part of their life separate from the other part. Because like I said, it just alienates people, right? Like right now, you can have private beliefs in your life that I don't need to know as an investor or as a purchaser of your goods. The minute you start saying something like, let's say you don't like Indian people. Oh, okay, that's fine. If I didn't know that, I would still buy your product. But if you say out loud you don't like Indian people, now I'm not going to buy your product.
No, I'm not disagreeing. But there's also, again, my favorite word today is nuance, because what this also sort of shows is the amount or level of transparency that a guy has, that he's speaking his mind. And I think that also sort of is one of the, I guess, outcomes of Elon being on the spectrum, that he is not very nuanced about his communication. When he thinks about something, he lays it out straight. And what that gives me as an investor is a lot of confidence that Elon, at least when he's talking about something, is not trying to deceive me. Because if there was deceit in one thing that Elon says, there's probably going to be deceit in a lot of other things. And we all like to make fun of a lot of other CEOs. For example, GM Mary Barra, she's trying to stage visions of grandiose about what GM is going to be, whereas we all know that in practical reality that ain't happening, right? It's just marketing BS. We can say that it's marketing BS, but these visions of grandeur that she's trying to paint is essentially a lie in the most black and white sense of saying it. We have not got that from Elon yet. In the last 20 years of Elon running businesses that have impacted the public. So that, as an investor, gives me great confidence in that one person, that whenever he says something, he truly believes it. And that is something that I as an investor can get behind, which is why I like Elon the way he is as the CEO of the companies that he's trying to lead.
Okay. Well, this has been a long stream. We this is the first time I did late night stock talks in a while, and I ended up having some breaking news. Elon selling Tesla, and
you know how many shares he has left, Amit? You know how many shares he has left?
So he sold 21 million. He
Guess how many
owns
he has left. Guess.
15 million? 20, 35 million? 35. Nope.
He has over, I'll tell you the exact number right now. As of today's sale, he still owns 423,622,432 shares.
That's a lot of shares. That's a lot of shares.
Yep.
And more coming.
No. How?
Over the next couple of years, I think
No,
the rest of the stock about.
No. He's already
the master plan part 3.
Yeah, he hasn't completed his that payment plan or pay plan that was implemented, right? That isn't complete yet. He hasn't achieved all milestones. I think 2 are left.
Gabe, can you read exactly how many shares he has left again?
Sure. Would you like me to show the form, and that way everyone knows how to?
Is it 420?
No, it's not 420.
No,
I didn't say
not yet.
420.
Because I was gonna have a fire, bro. I was gonna have a fire tweet. I was gonna be like, "Oh, Elon sold 21 million shares to get his share count down to 420." So it's a massive troll.
423,622,000.
If he sold 3 million more, that would have made the tweet.
He's gonna sell 3 million more.
He has 423,000 shares.
Million
shares.
Yeah.
423. That's why he's on paper he's the richest or second richest person in the world, Scott. He doesn't have that cash in his bank.
I mean, doesn't that add up to over $200 million? I mean, $200 billion.
Close, like 170 something billion, something like that.
Yeah, hence the number 1 or number 2 person in the world.
I just heard he was second though. Second to who?
Who fucking
Bernard Arnault, I think.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, CEO.
He created Louis Vuitton. Yeah.
Wow, that motherfucker created Louis. So he
Louis
Vuitton. He created Prada, all those designer brands.
Dude, Louis Vuitton owns.
No, he accumulated all the designer brands.
Hennessy, all these liquor brands that you would think like anything luxury, Louis Vuitton owns. Yeah.
Amit, before you close out, because I think I feel like you're about to close out, because whenever we get to that 2-hour mark, you get like antsy, because that's how you are.
Well, you want to stay for another 2 hours?
Listen, I would stay until the debate is over, but it is what it is.
What debate? I won.
Listen,
won the debate.
You did not fucking win, first of all. But you're the type of guy in the army that we call, trains to time, not to standard. But it's all good.
Gabe, I have to sleep also, right?
Yeah,
people
fuck
need
sleep.
to go to bed.
Anyway, because Amit's about to finish this, anyone who is not the a-holes who I really dislike in the chat, if you play the new Modern Warfare 2, because I'm kind of slightly addicted to that game.
No, do not join Gabe, because he needs to make YouTube videos. He needs to focus. And he should not be playing this stupid video game. He should be making some fun, because he wants to be a content creator full time, and he's over here playing fucking video game. You could drop like 7 videos, Gabe.
If you ever talk to me like that again, I'm gonna fly to New Jersey.
Gabe,
you should not be playing video games. You should
Gabe,
be
I've
making
been thinking
videos.
about buying it.
Start a gaming channel.
I'll let you know.
Or start a gaming channel. At least be productive with your video gaming.
Yo, buy a VR headset, Quest 2. I got
We
shares.
can do it Twitch, bro. We can do it Twitch.
Of course, this group will take what I say and fucking spin it and fuck it all up.
Yes.
Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys.
Next year,
We all love
VR
you, Gabe.
coming through, bro. OnlyFans VR. Let me know. Buy the.
Okay,
VR
Matt Money wants to play. Gabe, go ahead. Put your gamer tag, because Matt Money wants to play.
Oh, it's very simple. It's
Let's do
GS.
a poll.
I'm on PS5, and add me as a friend. It's GS_strategies, because I thought it was a cool name, because it can also work for Call of Duty. It's like,
Hey, have you watched porn in VR yet? That's the real question.
No, you derelict. I have not watched porn.
Watch porn in VR. It's a life-changing experience.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining, bro. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Kelly says she has played with you.
Well, I'm single now, Kelly. So you got to be specific with what you mean by that.
You're single again? Holy shit!
Wait, you
What
broke
is
up
it?
with you? When
You
did that
single?
happen?
Are you actually single, Gabe?
She didn't break up with him. They mutually
All right,
broke
so
up.
we're going on the hunt for some women tomorrow.
Fuck that. We're gonna eat pizza because everyone Scotty's in town, so we're gonna have lunch tomorrow. He's visiting Charlotte. I'm in Charlotte.
The waitress
I've
is
known
in
him for a while.
trouble.
No, I'm not fucking hit. I don't listen.
I
My
am.
my days of hitting on women just outwardly are far beyond me. I am not about that life anymore.
Didn't you just hit on Kelly?
How? I asked her to specify what, like, be careful what she says because I need to know what it means.
Sounds like
exactly.
flirty. I mean, she obviously is talking about playing Call of Duty or whatever the fuck you talked about.
How do you know, Amit?
Yo, I'm gonna be playing Call of Duty on my VR headset. That's what I'm gonna do.
You should be your wife should be ashamed of having you as a husband when you have a perfectly fine real life piece of ass and you're watching VR porn.
Dude, I'm in New York
Tell me,
now. I'm in New
Chris,
York.
tell me
now.
what VR headset you're using. I'm ordering it tomorrow.
Quest 2, brother. Quest 2. Let me know.
Oh, Maddie said Call of Booty, bro.
Yeah, I'm searching Call of Duty Quest 2. Got it.
Okay,
Seriously,
before we
this is
sign
the
off,
best Call of Duty ever. It really is.
Before we
Fucking
Listen,
know?
I'm in New York. My wife's in Georgia right now, bro. All I could do is do VR cheating. All right, I don't cheat in real life. I do VR.
it is what it is, bro. It is.
By
What
the
it
way,
is.
do you guys know that from a technology point of view, the porn industry is almost always at the forefront, at the bleeding edge? Be it streaming technologies, be it, big data technologies, having AI to tag their videos, etc., etc.
Ishan, you look like a guy who would know that.
Ishan, aren't you married?
Seriously, I am.
Yeah, your wife just passed by. I saw her like 10 minutes ago.
Wait,
Yeah.
Ishan,
You're saying
hold
that
on.
the porn industry is at the forefront. Is that what you're saying?
That's what he
of
said. Wait,
technology,
Ishan,
yes.
how? If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 32.
You're 32. Okay, and how old is your kid?
3.
3. Oh wow! So you just had a newborn. Okay, cool. So before we sign off, I actually want to ask you this: how's life in India? Like, how's living in India? I haven't been there in a couple of years. How is it?
Stop muting me!
You're always welcome.
Damn it!
Go ahead, continue, Ishan.
No, it's good, man. I'm probably not a good representative, given that I work for a US company. I earn in USD. I'm probably at the higher end of.
What do you do? What do you do?
the-
You do tech? Like, what do you?
Yeah, I'm in tech. I'm a product manager.
Okay, cool, awesome.
I run a consulting company. I've worked with Upwork. I've worked with Twitter and a few others. But yeah, I mean, if you're making good money in India, I think it's lifestyle wise, I think it's better than the US because you can actually pay for a lot of things. Like you can pay for house help, you can pay for transportation. It's all it's all cheap enough that you can justify paying for a lot of things, a lot of luxuries.
And are you in Delhi?
But again, I'm in Bangalore. My parents live near Delhi.
Okay.
Ishan, do you have any friends that run like scams that they call people in the US and say their Amazon is out of date or their insurance is lapsed or some bullshit like that? Do you know anybody in that field?
I only wish.
Ishan, do you have Indian brokerages or do you use like Fidelity, Robinhood, so forth?
Good question. So I have access to innovative brokers through an Indian bank that sort of is like a introductory bank. There are also quite a few platforms that allow me to invest in the US. One of them being Vested that I use, but there's IND Money and a few others as well that essentially create an Indian bank account, create a US investment bank account with a registered brokerage in the US, and I'm allowed to invest in that way.
Hold on, Ishan. Hold on. I gotta dig into this mother.
Gabe, it's a joke. Relax. It's a joke. It's a joke. You're too sensitive around.
Stop muting me. With great power comes great responsibility. If you say Gabe is racist, people are going to believe you. You piece of shit.
It's a joke. Oh my god.
How the hell can you
Gotta
tell it's
be.
a joke? How?
Because it's a joke. You obviously
That's
you
not
said
the
something
answer.
you said something super insensitive. It was a fucking joke.
What,
You were
what did I
joking
say
as
that was
well.
insensitive?
Not all Indians are scammers. You basically assumed
I
he's
didn't
from
say
India,
all
so
Indians were scammers. Listen,
that's
everyone.
the point. It's a joke. It's an insensitive joke, but it's funny. That's the
I
point.
know Ishan, right? So I can razz him up a little bit. This isn't the first time I've met
I didn't
Ishan.
say you couldn't. That's why I said you're racist, because it's funny. Because I obviously
Gabe's the
know that
only
it's a
dude
joke.
that he razzes himself up by trying to razz up other people.
Can I tell a quick story to the 120?
I'll say one thing. Yeah, go ahead, Scott.
Quick story for the 120 still watching, and it comes to the Gabe insensitivity. Gabe, take a Xanax. I'm seeing it in the comments. I was supposed to be in New York right now. I'm not, because it was a college girlfriend, not a girlfriend, but a friend that's a girl, and she asked me, don't wear any Trump stuff. And I was like, I don't have any Trump stuff, and I wasn't planning on wearing any Trump stuff. And from there on, it just went to Trump's a fucking bastard if you support him in any way, and then don't come anymore. The day before I was supposed to,
you didn't come.
The day before I was supposed to come to New York City.
No coming for you.
So I just want to support Gabe a little bit and like having a little bit of fun. Like he wasn't saying anything against Indian people. He was just making a funny joke. Like, do you ever have Americans calling you saying, "Hey, you're gonna get $2,000 from your government"? Like,
that's the point. That's what I'm saying. It's funny. It's not a big deal.
It is funny. It is funny. And people in the comments that want to go crazy over it, like, just have a freaking.
No one's going crazy. That's why it's fun. That's why it's funnier that no one Gabe. This community is not going to call you.
Fuck you. If Elon Musk has to set the standard because he has such a reach and blah 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 to your BS fucking ideology, then you also, by that logic, need to not say shit like that. Because
Gabe,
you have
think Namir thinks you're a racist because he
Namir doesn't have a channel who has Palantir. And I don't fucking know who Namir is. I don't give a fuck. Namir's cool. I don't care. Namir said I'm funny like 10 times. Obviously, he's waiting for someone to reply to him. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck. Namir's cool to me.
All right, Sean, go ahead.
Let me add this here. Yeah. We're all bros hanging out here, and we're all okay pulling each other's legs. But the fact is, and being in India, being an Indian in India, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this publicly. The reason that this joke can be made is that there is some fire where there is smoke, right?
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Gabe is not wrong in making that joke. It's
exactly.
Okay to make that
That's
joke
my point.
in this particular context.
Guys, the best jokes are a little bit offensive. That's why it's hilarious. Yeah. And then I'm egging on Gabe, being like, "Oh, he's racist." I don't obviously think he's racist. That's why it's funny, Gabe. That's the whole point of the joke.
Yeah, Gabe, watch out though. Echoes is gonna expose you for being a racist tomorrow. That's gonna be the new video.
Oh wait, Sean, I have a question for you. I have a question for you, Sean.
Yeah.
Do you buy any Indian stocks or do you only buy American stocks?
Like I said, 95% net worth is in Tesla, but with the rest of the 5%, I have 3 US stocks and 7 or 8 Indian ones. But you would imagine that the volumes are really low.
Are they like Tata Steel and those companies?
I have a few that actually do have some Tata Steel stuff.
Ishan, do you know how to sell a covered call?
I can't sell calls, from India, unfortunately.
You can't sell covered calls on your position in India? Why ain't that a bitch?
I can do that with Indian stocks, but I don't do the amount of research on Indian stocks to actually do that. With US stocks, I'm not allowed to. I can only buy stocks and sell stocks. Did I miss a comment?
Yeah, some fucker with the worst American name in the world, Joe. Fuck you, Joe.
Joe Max.
Joe Mama.
The racist.
Yeah,
I'm assuming they're talking about you, Gabe.
Yeah.
No, hold on. Look at this joke. Gabe, what do you call a hot Indian girl? A bomb.
I love that, man. I love that.
Yeah, Michael Steinbeck, you're racist now.
Ishan, back
he's
to
been
back to
racist the
seriousness
whole time.
and stocks. Ishan,
No, we gotta end this.
We're almost done. We're almost done. We're almost done. We're not gonna go into it. We're almost done. Chris, shut up. We're almost done. Ishan, shut up, Chris. Chris, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Ishan.
Gabe. Okay, go.
It's almost done. Ishan, India joined the BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India.
No, the bricks are right here. The bricks are right here.
Those are fake bricks. That's fucking.
Those are
that's
real
fucking.
bricks. They're real. Guys, these are real bricks. These aren't
wallpaper.
Make it quick. Ishan's got to get back to the call center, bro.
You love making it quick with your wife. Don't rush me, bitch. Ishan, that was funny.
That was aggressive, but it was funny.
Fuck it. Ishan, what are you at all tracking the BRICS stuff? We're not gonna make a big deal out of it, but are you like tracking it and what do you think of it? Like really quickly.
Okay. BRICS is a great platform. It could be revolutionary if that BRICS currency actually happens. It is
you think it's a good thing, Ishan?
Yeah, because I'm in India. Remember, the context is very important. I'm in India. If that
like
happens,
you anymore.
probably.
You basically said down with America just then. That's what you said.
No. Here's the thing. Every country or group of countries has the right to sort of do what's good for themselves, right? So just like US has to make decisions for folks who live in the US, the Indian government, and of course, every government will make decisions for the residents and citizens of their countries. So if that currency does happen, that is probably one of the only triggers that will get me to pull investment out of Tesla and put it into perhaps Indian markets or some of the other markets. Then I'll probably focus a little bit there more. But apart from that, I think it's a very important forum that plays, I would say, a bit of it sort of brings a little bit of strength to emerging economies. Of course, I mean, you can't really say that China is.
Oh, fuck you, Amit. Now you're just trying to fucking feed the fire. I said I liked Namir. Now fuck you, Namir. Fuck you, Namir. Fuck you, ICU, bitch. Whatever the fuck. You're whack too.
Gabe, what is your obsession with these random strangers and thinking that you have to talk to them? Like, they're just saying it for fun. You know that, right?
More the Chinese.
They are, but Namir's a hoe.
Namir's definitely a hoe. That's I agree with that. But that's because Namir.
You hate Chinese people more. You hate Indian people more.
Is that your second account, Namir?
Yeah, Gabe. Do you even like people of color, or are you just totally?
Who do you hate more, Gabe? Just tell us now, man. We're gonna figure out eventually anyway, so you might as well just tell us.
Did he leave, bro? He's frozen. I think he left.
He's frozen, man.
Yeah, we just peer pressured them.
Anyways, I'll answer Gabe's question first. So BRICS is a very important concept for the simple reason that you've got, when you've got Russia, China, India, Brazil, South Africa, now potentially Saudi Arabia sort of joining this group. It sort of brings in like all the major producer economies into one field. So, Russia produces a lot of commodities. China does, India does, Brazil does. So a lot of the producer economies sort of are together in this particular group, and Saudi Arabia, of course, are. So it allows for a lot of, I would say, leverage when it comes to world economics and world politics. So yeah, from the point of view of a country, absolutely good to have a group like that.
I know this
but then
is
India
time
is
to
part
end.
of.
I know this is time to end, but I gotta ask: India is the fastest growing country in the world, right? So, like, there's got to be opportunity, right?
Oh, of course. I mean, there definitely is. The Indian startup ecosystem is just absolutely killing it. But again, fastest or not, it's definitely one of the faster growing economies.
Yeah.
So you, Chris, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say, looks like Gabe's internet issues are happening. You know,
I think I said it. I think it's,
I'm telling you, it's probably an Indian
No,
engineer on the other end is like fucking racist bastard. Time to cancel
no,
the
Gabe is
game.
being censored.
We are going to censor
Gabe,
Gabe.
Sean, have you lived anywhere outside of India ever?
No, but I've spent some time. I was in Seattle for some time. So I've worked with folks in London. I've had the opportunity to move to Canada a couple of times. I've had the opportunity to move to London, but the ROI never made sense.
Yeah. So okay, so you live in India, and do you live in a house or like an apartment? I know it's probably like a apartment, right, in India?
So I used to live in a lot of apartments, but right now I live in a house.
Okay. Yeah, because I know a lot, like houses are hard to get in it. Like I have a lot of family that still lives in apartments, even though they're making good money, because houses are a different type of, it's a different infrastructure in India.
I think one of the biggest challenges to invest in India, though, is that the political system there is very like there's almost too much freedom, because what ends up happening is that when politics changes in India, there's a huge change. Like right now, you have a ruling party; they have a lot of control over stuff. But the minute that the politics changes, it's like literally the entire makeup of the country almost changes at times, and so it's kind of weird. So there's one of the things. One of the reasons why China was able to do really well over the last 30, 40 years is that they've had a singular focus on growth. In India, it's kind of weird, because what happens is you'll have a party who's focused on growth in a certain way by freeing up the economy, doing a lot more laissez-faire. And then another party will come along that's more like socialist in nature, and they'll say, no, we need to have more, government control over industries. And so that's always been India's biggest things. I mean, when you're dealing with the world's largest economy, it's 1.3 billion voters, dude. That's freaking nuts.
A lot.
And that's the flavor of democracy, right? I mean, in the US, you've got the same thing. You've got different ideologies between Dems and Republicans, and in India, you've got different ideologies between those leaning left and those leaning right. You'll see, like with every set of governments, you'll see different opportunities, different areas of focus, and you'll have the opportunity to invest in businesses that are in line with what the government wants to do, right? So it's just a matter of sort of understanding what the vibe is, where the country's probably headed over the next 3, 4, 5 years. I'll give you an example. Amit, if you could pull up Gautam Adani. He's, I think, the third or the fourth richest person in the world right now. But look at his rise over the last 10 years. Just search for Gautam Adani net worth over the last 10 years, and you'll see.
Does England still have any persuasion over India?
None whatsoever. If anything, it's been lowest ever.
Good.
So
that's how it should be.
India, believe it or not, most Indian
look up to
politicians,
this Gotham guy a lot, right?
They troll the British at this point.
Gautam Adani, yeah.
Yeah, hold on, let me share a difference tab. This guy is rich.
Yeah.
Gautam Adani? Adani? Wait, hold on. Let me try that again. Gautam Adani. No?
Close enough.
Scott, you're racist now.
Yeah. Kick me off.
But the fact is that
Scott is just filling in for Gabe.
Yeah, I gotta pull some Gabe. No, I love Gabe. Gabe's not racist.
No,
yes, he is. Stop lying.
Yeah.
No,
so what I was saying is that this guy, he essentially had a lot of his businesses pivot about 8 or 9 years back, when this current government actually came into force, and he aligned his businesses with what the national vision of that government was. So he was able to reap a lot of the benefits. And of course, I mean, he was definitely closer to this government than he was with the previous ones. But if you look at that meteoric rise that he's had, right, it's basically because he was able to pivot his businesses towards what the government wanted, work with the government on a lot of different things, And as an investor, those who saw that coming, they made a killing. I mean, Tesla's growth was nothing in front of what people made investing with Gautam Adani, right? So it's just a matter of identifying the socio-economic and political landscape and then investing accordingly. But for me, I mean, the only thing that would probably make me pull money out of Tesla is one of two things really. If there is a BRICS currency that is a challenger for like a global reserve currency, I'll probably want to be a little bit invested in it. To what extent, I don't know. The second thing is that if Tesla gets listed in the Indian markets as well, because I'll save a lot of money in foreign currency charges. You know, I lose 3% both ways, so that's like crazy. And therefore, you know, I need to make like a ton of profit to actually cover that. If Tesla gets listed in the Indian markets, heck, I'm not investing in the US. I'm going to invest in India. So that's that.
Hey, Sean, how did you meet your wife? Was it an arranged marriage or how that happen?
No, we actually met online, and then you know we dated for a while. We met on one of these apps, not Tinder.
Does India have a specific dating app you used, or
there are many?
If you don't, let Amit's looking for his next wife.
No, I'm not.
I'm trying to find a wife, bro.
Wait, Ishan. So, go ahead.
I'm just gonna private chat you. I'm gonna private chat you the name of an app that you should probably be on.
No, private chat me, dude. I love Indian women. Private chat
me.
All
of you guys.
No, Scott, you're a Trump supporter. They would slap you. You can't.
Dude, Indians love Trump. Indians.
That's true. That's low key true. That's low key
Every
true, bro.
fucking country loves Trump except for America, dude. And Russia.
No, wait, Ishan.
Oh, come on. Half of the US loves Trump.
Wait, Ishan. Ishan, when Trump was president, do you think your friends in India had a positive or negative view of him?
Both ways. Some liked him, some didn't. But the one thing that we Indians, at least those who are not extremely intellectually challenged, they appreciated about Trump was that he was he was a very straight shooter. Like he didn't care about 10,000 different things.
He was truthful. He didn't disguise shit. He said what he meant.
He also was very supportive of India when it came to issues around Pakistan and India relations, right?
Oh, yeah.
There was a huge pivot between India. I mean, believe it or not, Obama started it, right? After the whole Osama bin Laden thing, the U.S. really pivoted its focus from being more aligned with Pakistan and being more aligned with India. So that's a big thing. But Trump was definitely one of those people that took it to another level.
Bro, this Jelly Bee comment, they said, Amit to Gabe, we got to end this. Gabe leaves. Let's keep streaming. No, it's not bad. It's just because now we got questions. Maybe because Gabe left, we could ask some questions because he's not constantly being racist the whole time. And no, I'm just kidding.
Don't say that, Amit. That's not true.
I'm just kidding. What Gabe is welcome to join back. I guess he just didn't want to join.
He just interjects a lot. That's all.
Yes, Ishan, one of the other. How long did you date your wife before you guys got married?
He's not allowed to.
Shorter end of the spectrum.
He can't say that publicly.
No, it's okay. Less than a year.
Less than a year. Okay. And how long have you been married? Like 5-6 years?
Yeah, we just had our 5th anniversary.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Just meaning October?
Come again? November.
Okay. I was going to say, maybe it was on my birthday, October 27th. I was like, that would have been pretty cool. Okay, cool. Interesting. So, all right. So you're in. Yeah, I'm happy. I didn't know you were from India, bro. That's why I have all these questions. I love India. I haven't been there since 2019. I really want to go back. And
come over, man. We'll hang out.
Bring me
with probably find some good engineering talent for Odia.
No, we're contracting 3 engineers right now from India. So
Amit, I was literally thinking today, maybe it was yesterday, but in the last 24 hours, I was like thinking about your idea and what you're doing.
Mhm.
And I was like, man, in India, maybe that shit would catch on like fire. You know what I mean?
Why? You know why it would be hard to catch on in India, bro?
Not that it's not
'Cause-
going to hear you got a chance for it, but like India
Yeah,
might be like a great market too.
You know why it's hard, bro? In India, YouTube, and Ishan knows this, is like the king. They have 440 million, forget monthly. I feel like they're daily active users, but like
Facebook video.
Really?
Facebook video.
In India. Wow.
Much more than YouTube.
Well, so it's like a super social media in India that already exists.
Wait,
well, it's just that there's so many people there and they use the products already, right? Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was like, what is it called?
Facebook video. No, you just said Facebook video.
Facebook video.
Facebook video.
Yeah.
YouTube is definitely big, but Facebook video is just. And the thing is, so TikTok was like taking over the country by storm, but then the government actually put a stop to it. So
America should too.
We don't have TikTok anymore. But yeah, Facebook video, absolutely killing. I actually think that if Twitter does bring back Vine, there is an opportunity to capture like a huge proportion of the intellectual, well-to-do Indian crowd, which is one of the reasons I have so much confidence in actually Elon running Twitter, because at least from an Indian perspective, it's I think this opportunity is crazy amazing. But yeah, there's another thing that YouTube has. There are so many Indian creators. They're doing so many good things. I myself follow at least 25, 30 Indian channels, and they're not stock or finance or anything like that. They're all I follow lifestyle bloggers. I follow travel bloggers.
Yo, do you know the biggest vlogger in India? What's his name? Something with an S. Fuck, what's the guy's name? Hold on. You definitely know him. He has like 17 million subscribers. You know this guy, bro. Shushvadi vlog, some shit. Hold on, I'll find him real quick. Because I found him when I had COVID back in August, because Netflix had nothing to watch. And then so this guy popped up on YouTube, and I just binged his shit because it felt like I was back in India. And Indian vlogger. Hold on, he'll come up. He'll definitely come up.
While you're looking for it, Amit, I looked up Amit Kukreja, your exact name. There's an Indian guy that like wants to be Mr. Beast. He was blowing up firecrackers and freaking, all
That's
that
Amit when he was younger
stuff.
That's Amit before he discovered Palantir.
Yeah. Oh, that was you.
Bro, the amount of Amit Kukrejas that exist that do like accounting and shit, they're all boring as fuck. They're like not interesting. Hold on, Tom Nash is calling me right now.
Yeah, you gotta
let's have Tom.
Answer Tom Nash.
Okay.
Tell him Scott says hey,
Hold on.
please.
Hey Tom, I'm live streaming right now. You're on speaker.
Oh, that's great. Are you alone on the live stream?
No, I'm with Chris. I'm with Scott. He's in my Patreon. I don't know if you know him, and I'm with a guy named Ishan. You know him because I think he's part of your Patreon.
Yeah. My Indian brother from another mother.
Yep, he's with us. He was educating us all about India right now.
Tom, it's nice to hear your voice, bro.
You about India because you know nothing about nothing, my guy. Literally, look at your tweet yesterday. Man, stop everything. This is more important. And then I can't believe what you tweeted, man.
Oh, about Jack Harlow and Dua Lipa, bro. That was important. Like,
that's the only culture you absorb, my guy. You represent what's worst about your generation. Like you're the worst example of it. You know nothing about.
You're always
all right. We have 100 people. Can you say something before I end the stream? Because we've been doing this for 2 hours 33 minutes, bro. We've been talking about Elon selling Tesla and everything.
Okay, so you want something about Tesla, macro?
No, something to 100 people that they would appreciate at 1 a.m. at night. It could be Elon, but it could be
1 a.m. at night. Okay, listen to me very carefully. What I'm about to say right now will impact your portfolios and is highly, highly important, very, very critical. So pay attention.
Good night.
He hung up. If I think he would not say to buy this Tesla dip, that's for sure. That would probably not be it. All right, I think we got to go. this was awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Sean, thank you for joining on. This was great. Thank all 100 people that are 98 people still here. I don't know how you guys are here, but Sovar Joshi, yes, this guy, Michael Steinbeck. I don't know how Michael Steinbeck knows this. Ishan, you know this guy? Tell me you know this guy.
I'm gonna look him up.
This guy is India's guy, bro. He gets like 500,000 views in 10 minutes when he uploads. Like, this is the guy in India.
There are many people who get stuff.
I
like
know
that.
there are many people because it's a big
I
country,
don't follow
but
him.
you don't follow him? Damn, bro. Michael, I don't know how you figured this guy out, but Sorar Joshi. Gabe says you're playing Call of Duty. Gabe, you should be making a video right now.
So, okay, the Indian content that I consume is really non-serious. For example, I follow this channel called Explore the Unseen 2.0. Why I like it is that, this guy just goes to a lot of different places, and I like to virtually travel with him while I'm at my desk. It's just something that, is stuff that I don't have to think about, etc. But yeah, I follow some automotive content because I like cars. I'll follow some Indian finance content, especially about So there is no Indian stock that has the kind of following, the kind of community that perhaps a
So
Tesla
what
or
okay, so this
Palantir.
is the last question. What finance YouTubers do you watch, let's say, weekly?
Oh, everybody that probably you watch.
So me, Tom Nash, Meet Kevin, Jeremy, those guys are in your rotation.
Yeah, and then I like the Now You Know guys because they're like very calm, and they present information very well. Farzad, of course, I like being on his channel as well. Then I follow a bit of FUV content, Arkimoto, even though I think that company is going to go bankrupt.
Yeah. Freelance Finance did a good podcast about that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Some Palantir content here and there, etc. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So I basically told you what my portfolio is.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, Amit.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it. 99 people here. You guys are a real family. Appreciate you guys. Ishan, we'll have you on again. Chris, thanks for joining as well.
Absolutely.
Good night,
Scott.
guys.
Good night, everybody.
Appreciate
See you next
guys.
time.
Good night, guys.
Have a good one.